That means that we're live, Alan. Right, so
My God.
it,
Oh,
it does, it does. So here we are, folks. We're in the second week of BSTV's TCR Challenge Cup in season 19. We're at Oschersleben. We're on the Grand Prix circuit. The other two versions of this are quite tight and twisty. I am Pete Bingham. Sir Alan of Toon is with me in the booth. Good evening, Alan.
EVP, evening everybody. Goodness me, I'm disorientated and bemused to be here. It's not
Ah,
Wednesday, is it? Is it Wednesday?
no, not yet. Um,
No, I'm quite out of touch with reality, but I'm very much enjoying watching a nice race,
I
and I do
know.
like this track. It's inspiring.
Yeah, I don't know how much the racers are going to like this track so much as we get into it because there's only really one racing line around here. As somebody's just found a new
Oh,
one in the foreground of
yes.
of
You
the
know, well, it's not
broadcast.
new because it's just traveling down my wheel tracks. You can
Oh, I
see
see.
there.
Yeah, yeah. I've been out there as well. I've got Logan on there. I've got Fiona on there. I didn't know who was going to beam in on our commentary.
Beam in.
Yeah, yeah. But we'll see. Obviously, ATC, the Alpha Touring Championship, one of our friendly TCR private leagues. So they're on an American time slot. So be sure to go and have a look at their website.
It's
Um,
that Alpha Centauri Championship.
it is, yes.
It's like while they're beaming in.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Oh, you're smart, you are.
I know, not smart enough, I don't think. But yeah, they have very big grids on a very regular basis, and that series is running now. So get yourselves signed up to that if you are a racer, or tune in to their broadcasts if you are a watcher. Right, then, let's go and have a look at what's going on in practice at the moment. So, in fact, we'll have a look at where we are in the standings in a second, but we've got three new people to talk about, Alan. Three
Yes,
whole
it's
people.
amazing, isn't it, Pete? I continue to be heartened by all this interest.
I
It's
know.
really great.
I lied to you a minute ago. I said there was 40 in the session. There's actually 42 now.
Oh, crikey.
So this boy, Stephen Walker, he's new. um, he's new now anyway. He's our current reigning champion of this series. He's won it 600 times, I think, hasn't he, Alan? Something like that.
Well, he's run it 2 seasons on the trot, and
Yeah,
they've been two of the most intense, racingest, wonderful seasons that anybody's ever seen anyway, frankly.
I'd
And
agree with that.
he's proud to wear that number one on his coat. And by Jove, he earned it and with style.
He did. He earned it last season by being Mr. Consistency. He was not necessarily on the top of the podium every week, but he was on the podium virtually every week. So that's how you win it, folks. Who else is new? Manuel Saralegui is a new addition. Although he is no stranger to these cars, Alan. He's got a whopping 7,000 I rating. Um, it's I can't count that high.
No, it goes to my head when I hear numbers like
I
that. It
know.
sort of sweeps away my 7,000.
Yeah, I don't know why I've ended
But
up
I don't think
putting
I've
in the
got quite
wrong.
700.
Yeah, just a minute. I've got something wrong on here. So let me see if I can magic this up. Oh,
Well,
oh no, I've got him in the right thing
oh,
on the
well,
boards, but not on
there's the
there.
poor gentleman went straight on there, and I'm fairly sure he wanted to turn right.
Ah, well, yeah, it's the other left, isn't it? The other left. Right, I'm going to go and see if I can figure a new banner board for Manuel's car. Because I've got the wrong colour on it. That's all me, folks. I've done that one wrong. So I just need
Uh-oh.
to do a few things. Press a few twiddly buttons.
You press some fiddly buttons. You're great at that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
Well, anybody can press buttons, Pete, but nobody knows which ones to press
there is
and in
that.
the
Yeah.
right order.
Oh, yeah. Why have I put him in the wrong class of car? That was stupid, wasn't it?
Well, it's got seven. Did you say 7,500 points?
7,000 I rating. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
Oops.
he's going to be a pro-am.
No, no. I think there'd be a sharply worded letter if he was a pro. I've got him in pro on everything else. I just got his number boards wrong. Right, where am I going? I'm going here. I'm going to do this.
It says something, doesn't it? We're getting these such high quality drivers.
Oh
There aren't
yeah.
any better drivers than this out there doing this kind of racing, and it's a real credit to the people on the track
Oh
that
yeah,
they're,
definitely.
they're, they're so good that they can attract this quality of opposition because these people are coming here because of the quality of the racing.
Mm.
What It says everything about these drivers and the way they race. Fantastic compliment.
Absolutely. Right, I'm nearly there. Bear with me, folks. I'm not wearing my glasses either, which means that the screen's a little bit on the fuzzy side.
Oh, I like that green turquoisey car that's coming round.
Yeah, I'm going to go to that one in a minute,
Quite bright.
actually. So I need to go to
Oh,
output.
Jay's here out on the track, Mr.
Yeah.
Gilman. Yeah. There's new names. There's new names almost every week, Pete, isn't there? It's just it's astonishing.
It's really good.
And now, you know, we get to number 30, and then you have to sort of extend the gridding thing down because it's not enough.
I know. There
Fantastic.
849
Absolutely
183.
fantastic.
There we go. 849. Where are you?
We're getting a lot of this rubbish on the track. These thingies are working overtime. The new rubble effect.
Yeah. Replace the file. There we go. Okay, and then if I just do a bit of this, we'll have a look at the weather while we're here, shall we? Let me just do that and make everyone's cars go to ghosts. Right, we got no rain. No rain. It was forecast that we might have a percentage or two. I think it was about 12% as well for the session, but nothing at all on the forecast. All right then.
Well,
no rain. No rain today.
We had a race at the start of the 4-hour race I was in yesterday. We had a bit of rain, just enough to get people on the wet sides at the start of the race, and then an early drying line.
Right.
And,
okay.
Yes, people changing onto dries too early and making mistakes. There was a lot of offs, and yes, it really throws a whole new look onto it at the start of a race when the track's wet.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at this car. I like that. I love
lush,
that paint there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it goes quite with those wheels.
No, the wheels do offset somewhat, don't they? That is Daniel Mills. He's currently topping the time in tower, as you can see. And whilst we've got the time on our side, we're going to go and have a look at... Oh, I haven't set the standing screens up. Damn it. Right, I'll have to talk them to you. Right. It's not like I've not had all day to do this. So, right, where am I going? I'm going here. Yeah. So, your current leader of this series after the first race week, where we had 2 races... is he even in the session today? I haven't seen... Oh, he's in the pits. So, Sam Blees is your current leader. He's on 228 points, but right behind him, on 217 points, is Daniel Mills, who we were just looking at. He's back on screen now. So, there's 11 points in it at the minute. Simon Trendle, who was on track a moment ago because I saw him. Why can I now not find anybody? There he is. He is in 3rd place on 204. Greg Duffron, who we were talking about a little earlier before the broadcast, is in 4th place on 203. And bizarrely, and do not adjust your sets, Wobbly, Weeben Ekamp, is in 5th place on 201 points. So between 1st and 5th, Alan, 27 points.
Yeah, very, very early days though, Pete.
Very early days.
Nice to see Wobbly up there at the start of the season, and of course he's got some serious teammates with him.
He does, yeah.
That Impulse team is serious, hot gunners, and we've got some fantastic drivers. Mr. Mills did exceptionally well.
Yeah.
And perhaps it's been inspired by his paint because it's gorgeous.
Yeah, Miguel.
Can you inform me how I say number 21's name? Because he's way up there on that board, Mr. Redler.
21. Kurt Riedel.
Riedel.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sure
Kurt
I'll get
Riedel.
corrected.
Good evening, Mr. Riedel.
Yeah.
And
he's in that. He's in the different colour
looking,
car. Where is he? Oh no, he's there.
It's very well placed. He's done a pretty handsome time there.
See, those wheels are in keeping with the paint job. See, that's good, isn't it? I like that. That's good.
Yes,
yeah. And Cutting Corny are on the YouTube chat in full vigour.
Oh, excellent. Evening, folks.
Oh, Matt Elmore's GPU keeps overheating and giving him black screen, so he is not going to participate.
Oh, no.
I've had that before. That's no good.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I was looking forward to seeing him.
Yeah. Ant Woodward is on the chat. Good evening, Ant. Have you already signed up for V8s? I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, I need to announce that on here, don't I? So the new V8 ESC League will go ahead for Season 16. We've got some resourcing issues in terms of cameras and lead commentators, so not every single race will be fully broadcast, we don't think. But we're going to work with it. We're going to see if we can get some people trained up and maybe even outsource a broadcast or two, but we'll see how that goes. But yes, it is back. It's just been announced in Discord about an hour and a half ago. Probably when I should have been doing Manuel Saraleghi's boards in his windows. But never mind. There he is. Let's get him on here. He's not got his own paint job yet, but he is in the Veloster, and it's deemed that the Veloster will be the fastest car today on this track. Alan, it must be the more nimble of the three.
Oh, well, it is famously nimble, and yeah, I can see the thinking there, can't you?
Yeah, definitely. It's very agile as a car. The back end doesn't swing out on it quite as much as on some of the others, but it still swings out because, well, I can make anything do that. Never mind. Pro-Am standings. Jamie Wilson. Is he new? He is currently. Is he even in the race today?
I've seen his name.
Have you? Oh, there he is. He's in the pits.
Oh, there he is.
He's in
Yes,
the pits.
he's there. Yeah.
Right at the head of the pits, actually. He's leading Pro-Am, which is great, on 181 points, and is only 4 points clear of Rene, who I haven't seen his name pop up.
Rene was he was red hot last week.
He was brilliant. Oh, he is here. He's also in the pits. There he is, in the cutting corny colours there, right in the middle of your screens. So he's 4 points behind Jamie Wilson for the lead of the Pro-Ams at the minute. Tony Walker is in third place at the moment. I've definitely not seen Tony in the listings.
Tony's
I
there.
have, I have, yeah. Duh.
Yeah, seen Tony.
Yeah, Privateer this season, running his own colours, is in third place and not far behind Rene. Rene on 177 and Tony is on 163. So 14 points the difference there.
Well, I expect that to be competitive, don't you?
Oh,
yet again.
Yeah. Your captain, who's at an F1 thing today, is in fourth place on 154. And Dietmar, who is doing a family thing today, how rude, is on 135. So there's a big jump between fourth and fifth there, nearly 20 points, which would suggest there was a lot of pro drivers out of place last week. And there was, if you remember, Alan.
There was, indeed, there
was some shenanigans and kerfuffles along the way. We had a yellow at Road America.
I'm not sure that this could be as well. Might see them in this. It is quite tight when you think of the amount of cars we've got here. And like you did say earlier, there's not a generosity of racing lines.
No, there isn't. No, it's very frugal on that front. Very frugal.
We could be looking at people getting their elbows out to make progress.
Absolutely. Sam Blee's not been in the session long, already in fourth place in the standings in the practice. So David Ayres currently leads the AM class. He had a double victory.
Magnificent victories last week.
Yeah, very good. 128 points and head, shoulders, and something else ahead of the rest of the AM class at the minute. Silas.
I don't think it's going to be as uncontested, though, do you?
No, not even slightly. Silas Goebel, not to be confused with Stefan, although you will do because they're both in Velosters that look identical to one another. So where is... Oh, Silas is in the pits, that's why I can't find him. Is on 97 points. David Ayres on 128, so a big jump there already, 31 points. Rob Jackson, is he in? I've seen one of the Robs. Rob Sutherland is in. Where's Rob Jackson? I don't think Rob Jackson's here today. He's in third on 92, so just 5 points behind Silas. Scott Malcolm in fourth place there on 88 points. Again, I don't think Scott is here today. Probably preparing for Hogmanay. And Andy Littler is in fifth place, which is a really good result. On 85 points, that's really good. He is here. I've seen him somewhere. There he is.
Yes, he's there and driving very well currently.
Yeah.
He had a great race yesterday with my work hard teammates.
Yeah. He did very well at the last track. Hopefully he can replicate that. He looks good and in control here.
I think he's found a second just recently.
Yeah.
I think he's found a second, and it makes such a difference.
Yeah, can you give it back to me? Because I'm pretty sure I lost a second. Impulse Racing lead the team championship on 418 points over Team Chimera, who are in second place at the minute on 385, with RD Simsport on 352 points. So the top of that team championship, very, very close at the moment. ADX.
Fantastic names, aren't they? Those great names, don't they? Yeah. They sound like serious competitive teams, don't they? They're really exciting, very exciting times for these drivers.
Very. Mr. Gomez, who was racing last week, but I can't now find him. Yeah, there he is. Oh, he's in the pits. He's in the pits.
Seen him. Of course he is.
They're all in the pits at the minute. In that
they're avoiding you in rows.
Yeah.
They're all camp shy, Pete.
He's moved in to consolidate the ADX Esports JCB team. So there is now no other ADX team, just the one. I say just the one. I think they've got like a million iRating between them. So we don't need too many of them.
No, if I'm in the face.
Yeah, they're in fourth. Yeah. Right.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice purple there, isn't it? That's a very rich
who's
purple.
That? I don't know who that is, you know. Who would be in purple? Is it? No, it's not Deck. Oh, is it Matthew? No. Paul? No, I'll find him in a minute. Paul Hurley's paint is in the old scheme. Right, let's go and have a look at driver of the meeting. Which Sam Blees is leading with 2 of our votes from last week. Alex Savlano-Lado is in second place and David Ayres is in third. And then the Safe Driver Award. At the moment, Renee Earhart is leading the way with Simon Trendle and Tony Walker chasing and not very far behind. Simon Trendle and Tony Walker have exactly the same score as we progress into qualifying.
That's interesting. That's good news for Tony. And it's just reflects how well he's driving now.
Yeah, very much so. Right then, folks, we've got 15 minutes of qualifying. It is open qualifying here, so that means that all cars are on the track together. They need to find space. They need to give each other room. There could be team tactics involved.
Oh goodness!
I know, shocking, isn't it? Here they all come streaming out of pit lane. Oh yeah, and they really are. Oh my god. It's terrifying.
We're
when you
more
see
like
that,
team Tic Tacs. We are.
Yeah, Tic Tacs.
Yeah.
That's funny. Right, so here they all come.
And pies, of course.
Oh
pies
yeah.
Team result team talk.
Mandatory, I would have thought. Yeah. So quite a lot of cars now still coming out of pit lane.
Crikey. There's no end to them, P. Look at them.
I know.
And they're all really good drivers. Now, who's this purple car? Is it an RD Simsport?
It is. So it must be a RD Simsport 3 car. Oh, is it Tommy? It's Tommy Battel. It's the new guy. There we go.
I saw Tommy's name and I wondered if it was Tommy. So, yeah.
That's
excellent.
nice.
Oh,
I love that purple.
Like that. Yeah. Well,
very
I
stylish.
like that RD livery. Yeah. Modern, very modern. It's one of these modern marble designs. Reminds me of the old, stately home steps.
Yeah. I'll have to make sure his number is correct because he's sporting 199 at the minute. I'm pretty sure he should be 17 or something like that. We'll see.
He's got 17 on his windscreen.
Yeah. Oh, is he?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Right, okay.
But he's got 199 on his banner.
Yeah, that's probably my fault. I'm good at doing the wrong thing. 199.
Yeah, it's pretty neat to get it.
It should be 199, yeah.
Oh, right, there you go. So why has he got 17 on his...
Not sure yet. I'll figure that out for next time. Gremlins. Look at the trash down the side of the road, Alan.
Yes, I know. This is what I was saying. This is chunky stuff now. It started off with just a few little hints of sand, but they're chunks.
Yeah, that's pretty scary,
Look at that.
actually. Yeah, we're going to go on board here with Manuel.
That's going to chip your paint, that is.
Oh, definitely. So, down the start-finish straight and up to, is it Hotel this turn? It is, isn't it? Yeah, Hotel. Follow that line around here. You're in
what a
second
start
gear.
to the... It's a great kick-off to the lap, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah. A real scary one, actually. Right, we turn into... oh, dear, I can't remember this one. Hasseroda or something like that. Very smooth left-hander. And then this is just a kink, really, coming up. You just do a bit of a lift and sail through it. And then another little sail through, and then another, and you've got a triple left-hander before you get this long and much tighter right-hander. Doesn't drop a... Oh, he does drop a gear. He's gone down a second. And then up through the gears here as we head towards the chicane, which is this. Take a lot of curve
Easy
on
to get an off track there.
Yes, yeah, good point. And you can hear the trash rattling under the car. He's getting sprayed out by the car in front, look. Down Stadium, I think this is, or something like that. And then into the Shell S's. I remember this one. It's a big open chicane.
Yeah, it's a good, this track is very enjoyable to drive.
Yeah, up through the gears again, but only for a short time.
Who was that on the side of the road? Was that Pete?
Sure, it might have been. That's pit lane entry on the left there. It's a long pit lane, so in the feature race that follows, that's going to be an issue. And then
it is miles. This is still pit lane. Just got down to the pits now.
Yeah. Right, so over the line we go with Manuel, and he's put the car on second behind Miguel Freitas.
Yeah.
So provisional second for Manuel in his first.
And this is a technical lap. Make no mistake. There's not a lot of different lines you could take, but the line that there is quick.
Yeah, he's got a good
and it's easy to fall off it.
Yeah.
These wide looping bends, you can see the centrifugal force trying to kick you out sideways. There, wheel on the grass.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Control. That's another result car there, just parked up.
Yeah, don't like see them parked up.
No. Holding these
lines. Doesn't want another gasket.
He's closing in on that RD car in front of him. He's back on the gas, up through the gears. Only one gear, I think he'll go up, will he? Yeah, he's holding it in third.
Gear through there.
Doesn't care about fourth gear. I don't think he's even seen fourth gear apart from on the start-finish straight, has he? Oh yeah, here we go. So back straight down here towards Shell S's.
It's quite a long straight, and then hard braking through here. We've got these S's that's really wants to kick you out into the sand here.
Yeah.
And very hairy. Then here where you don't want to be lifting off like.
No, and
it looks like a corner, but you need to carry your pace. It's really so important to carry your pace through these corners.
And keep off those red sausage curbs as well, because they are not your best friend. This is going to be a good lap, I think. It looked clean. Yeah, he's gone top. Wow, that's amazing. Right, well done to Manuel.
Fantastic driving. That was sweet. That was very neat lap, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't believe we'll ever get
him
in the booth.
He didn't have a hair out of place. Didn't have a hair out of place.
No, he didn't. So he's Argentinian. He drives for ATR Argentos MP as a team. Oh, there's somebody wild out in the weeds over there. I think that was Jura Larkinen. And he doesn't speak English, I don't think. But we are an inclusive league, so we don't mind. He can pop in. Maybe Alex can pop in with him and translate for us. That'd be good. He looks like a very quality driver, that's for sure.
He's a handy driver, that's for sure, indeed. He was hustling that car, and he made that look easy.
Another new addition, I should say. This is the third of our new
Another
ones.
great paint job.
Yeah, this is German Sim Racing and Christian Kramer. He is...
Look at that. That's beautiful.
That German Sim Racing team is no stranger to us. They raced with us a few times when we did GTCC and a few other endurance leagues. They used to be in ESIA with Sam Boozen, I recall. We've been in loads of endurance races with these guys, and great to see German Sim Racing here. Wonderful eagle on the side of that car.
Fantastic livery. Yeah. What a great livery that is.
So welcome
we approved that one.
Yeah.
Indeed. It's great to see all these fantastic new cars turning up with great liveries. This is serious. These are serious people come here to have a serious amount of fun and excitement in their lives. And boy, this is the right place.
Absolutely. And at the moment, our reigning champion is fifth. He's gone to pits to pick up some new shoes in the hopes that some fresh rubber will make the difference.
Well, you know, those side laces are so last year.
How many did I say was in the session 42?
It's
44 now. Hilton Nickerson has just joined us. And Paul Hurley as well.
Well done, Hilton and Paul.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So, yeah, 44 cars around Oschersleben.
That's
the one-line wonder track.
Very interesting, and yeah, great that with such a turnout between Christmas and the New Year. What a turnout this is! I'm greatly pleased and delighted by this. I
Yeah.
thought everyone would be drunk under the table still.
Jay Corley here. He has his own stream running. He's got 6 people watching his stream at the moment. He always streams his races, and he does fantastic track intros and tour guides for everyone. So go and sign up to his channel, subscribe, and give him some love, because we love him, don't we?
Yeah, he's a charming and a very sweet man, and full of good intentions.
Yeah, let's see what he can do.
Which
with this
he actually carries out.
Yeah, he does. He does. He's brilliant.
He's, one of those little positive lights we like to encourage, and he's a bloody good driver as well.
He is, yeah. He was having a lot of trouble with the Honda last season, but he's now in the Elantra. Not the favoured car for this track, it has to be said, by all accounts. The Veloster is definitely numero uno for this track. Although you try telling that to Miguel Freitas, because he's currently poleman, provisionally.
I don't think the Elantra is going to be so disadvantaged around here at all.
Do you not think?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. And I'm sure Miguel's going to prove me right.
Yeah, I think pit lane entry is going to be an issue, Alan, in race 2.
Man, the pit here always won't be. People can't find the entry.
But did you see all the crap all over the track just then?
Look
at it,
I'm interested because we'll be interested because the cars are supposed to keep racing line clear.
Yes.
And with this amount of people on the grid, you stand a chance of doing that. But if you've got low numbers and you've got that amount of stuff coming on the track, I tell you, it's a nightmare.
Yeah. Evening
you can't get rid of it.
Evening to Paul Jupp on the chat. Who are you shouting for then? Probably another cutting corny.
Look
fan.
at that. I mean,
There's
it's
enough of them.
laying there. When you get on that stuff after it's built up for a bit, and you can see it's building up.
Yeah. James Holman, another.
You'll lose grip when you get on it, like the rubber bits in Formula One.
Yes. Yeah. Well, apparently it's really bad as well. Overtakes here are going to be, well, a bit sendy, if you know what I mean. They're going to have to put the car down the inside.
They have to go off the racing line onto the rubble.
Yeah, and that's going to be an issue. I think it's going to be a straight-on journey from that point on. But
Interesting.
We'll see.
Yes.
So 5 minutes left of this session. This is a heat session, folks. In iRacing's world, you do not get to finish the lap you're on. As soon as the time ticks over, it will boot you from boot everyone from the session and will advance forward to the race. It makes it nice and efficient and clean for us, of course. But yeah, you don't get to complete that lap like you would in a normal session, normal racing session. Then we will have a 20-minute race. There's no expectation of a pit stop unless you require one for damage. You get a free repair in this series. You get 30% of a tank of fuel, so you're on 30 litres because they hold 100-litre tanks. And then we will have a 5-minute brief intermission while I get through the field, because there are 45 of them now, Alan, because Chris Dixon's just joined. Oh my God, they're going to be nose to tail from the start. And then we get a 40.
What was our record? 46.
46 last week. I don't think we'll beat that on a Sunday between Christmas and New Year, but maybe after. Maybe after New. Oh, maybe on New Year's Day, because we are racing again in 3 days' time. Right. So. Evening to Bob Woodhouse. I wonder if you've signed up for V8. I expect so. Yeah, and then a 40-minute feature race.
Evening, Bob.
Yeah. It looks like all the V8 drivers are in on the chat.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's lovely.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a 40-minute race. A pit stop is almost expected unless, as what happened last week, we get a yellow, and then it shortens the distance and number of laps that you are tow in, and you can save a lot of fuel. And we had quite a few do it, didn't we, Alan?
Yes, but we have... these people think on their feet very quickly, and they're quite capable of making a change of plan right in the middle of things. And sometimes those things work. You gamble, don't you? You throw a dice and you gamble. And because they're so experienced, they get it right quite a lot of the time. And fantastic ability to change in midstream and get victory out of it. But I'm not a huge fan of fuel saving, because I can't do it.
Same as me. Absolutely right. Signed up and paid, says Bob Woodhouse. Thank you very much, sir. Hopefully you'll enjoy these 2 races, because this is going to be a ridiculous spectacle. Somebody just went on at a rapid rate of knots, and I think it was Chris Dixon. No, it wasn't Chris Dixon. Who was that then in an orange and black car? Anyway, where are we now? Let's have a look. Looking at James Holman now, another RD Simsport racer. Very, very handy pro driver. Just needs to sort himself out in terms of a decent finishing position, I think. Chris Young in another of these beautiful purple liveries for RD Simsport 3, Alan.
Yeah,
gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Really like that. It's very rich.
Isn't it just?
So they used to bring this purple dye from the Mediterranean to dye royal clothing, because only the king and the queen were allowed to wear purple, royal purple.
Regal purple, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Here is one of the Blade design cars, TART's car, in Matthew Downs' hands. He's in the Veloster, so he should do okay. And we've got, where is he? Is he on track at the moment? Where is Alex? Alex has got issues because he's in Spain at the minute. He's driving with mouse and keyboard, believe it or not, and he's doing all right.
Yeah.
He asked me, am I going to be lethal? And I said, well, you need to do some practice laps and prove that you're not. And he's done that. And he's not crashy. He's doing all right, to be honest, with mouse and keyboard. Well done to him.
Fantastic.
Yeah, right. Let's have a look at what else is going on at the minute. Wobbly.
I mean, there's not much of the top 10 are all within. Is that a third of a second, Pete, or am I going? My eyes going funny.
Let's go and have a look at where am I?
Pete News in
yes,
10.
You're right.
Is that a third of a second?
Yeah. All
That's
the way
not
down
very long, is it?
12th place-ish. Yeah.
Oh my word! Where's the first second? Tom, what? Andreas Gilman.
I know.
That's a long way down.
It is a long way down.
Top 20 within a second.
That's ridiculous. Right, here we go. Let's go and find Stefan. He's
on good luck here.
Yeah.
Have you had your oxygen?
And well, this is the point, isn't it? Let me just extend gridding and then I'll get on with this. Right, folks, let us do the grid. I'm going to do names only and I'm going to go very quickly. Miguel Freitas will lead us away in his Elantra tonight. Manuel Saralegui will go off second. Daniel Mills will go off third. Greg Daffron fourth. Fifth will be David Johansson. Sixth will be current reigning champion Stephen Walker. Alberto Sigolini will go off seventh. Wobbly will go off eighth. James Holman will go off ninth. Pete Newman off 10th. 11th will be J.M. Gomez. 12th will be Sam Blees. 13th will be Chris Young. Constantino Marino 14th. 15th will be Simon Trendle. Jay Corley will be 16th. 17th will be Renee Earhart. Stefan Goebel off 18th. 19th will be Andreas Gilman. Tom Woodcock will go off 20th, with 21st being Tony Walker. Pete Van Gool will go off 22nd. JB DeJay will go off 23rd. Silas Goebel off 24th. Lost the button I was supposed to press. 25th will be Jamie Wilson. Matthew Downs off 26th. 27th will be Christian Kramer. Luke Jones will go off 28th. Demis Titular off 29th. Jura Larkinen off 30th. 31st will be Roger Morton. Stop flashing your lights. Derek Crowther will go off 32nd. 33rd will be Kurt Radel. Rob Sutherland will go off 34th. That is a cutting corny car, and I thought better of you flashing your lights back there. Anthony Hilton off 35th. Tommy Patel off 36th. They're not listening to me, Alan.
Oh, goodness. 36th,
Daniel Lewis. Alex Sevillano Lado off 38th. 39th off will be David Ayres even. Hilton Nickerson off 40th, who has a stream as well. Go and watch it. 41st will be Chris Barnes. 42nd will be Andy Littler. Paul Hurley off 43rd. Jason Haddington off 44th. And Chris Dixon off 45th. And David Johansson and all the RD Simsport cars. Why is everybody flashing the lights? They know I don't like it, Alan.
They're your fans, Pete.
Oh, don't know about that.
They're your fans, yeah. They realise that every flash, that a pound goes in your account.
Absolutely. It's tied to their iRacing accounts.
Yeah.
Right, here we go. Lights are coming on.
This is a very exciting
No flashing lights now, folks? Right, here we go. Concentration is at max. Miguel Freitas is going to lead us away. And we are go here at Oschersleben, and the grid went round the corner, Alan.
Yeah, and you know the start is everything. The start
Somebody's gone already. Don't go across the track. Put your brakes on.
Backwards.
Oh dearie me, that is a disaster. That is a disaster. There was something went on. mid-pack. So we are under caution already, straight off the line. We thought, didn't we, Alan, that this was going to be nasty, but that was on the straight.
That was, yes. I wasn't expecting to see that happen.
Right, hopefully everybody's telling everybody not to pit the car, because it's on NASCAR rules. If you pit the car, you get punished in a road race. Although there's a lot gone to pits, they must have been absolutely mullered. So they will be in there for a while. Hopefully they don't get penalised for entering a closed pit by resetting the car. We'll see what happens.
Well, if you need repairs, if you've reset, they're getting timed in on a tow, so they shouldn't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, good point. We'll go back and look at what caused all of that. It was really quite high up in the field, hence the amount of crashing that went on. All right, let's have a quick look at this. Right, where is the crash, Alan? That's the key point. It's ahead of us, I think. I think it's the ADX car in front of us. Oh, it's already happened. It is an ADX car, but it's not the one I thought it was.
Oh, look at those poor things. Oh.
Yeah, everybody's in it. Everybody's in it. Okay, well, Andreas Gilman was the first one to leave the track limit. That's why I got that one. Right, let's see if I can find who that was. We'll watch it from the same point again, and I'll just find an ADX car that's ahead. It's not that ADX car. I think it's Constantino Marino.
Oh, poor thing. It must have just... Yeah, we don't know.
Oh, no, it's not. It's one even further forward than that.
It was that, so... Don't know what else. Something must have happened to, of course,
it's Alberto.
Lose control on a straight thing.
Right, last try, folks. I'm going to get this one now. Alberto Sigolini. Oh, right, we went 3 into a very tight space. He got turned.
He had no control over that.
No, he should have been on his brakes, though. Yeah, and that was heavy.
Alberto.
I can understand why so many cars went to pits. That blade designed by TRT car is just a shell now. Right, okay, so that explains the disaster that happened and befell everyone. So we're going to tour around now, folks.
That was very unfortunate timing for everybody. It was really unfortunate.
Andrew Hoffman is on the chat now as well. So, evening, Hoff. He says that's murder.
Yeah.
You're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. Hopefully you're going to sign up for V8s as well this season. And he says, remind him that the brake is the middle pedal. Yeah. Well done, Hoff.
Crikey, is that where I've been going wrong all these years?
I know, I'm the same. Silas is getting back out onto the track. I don't think he's been penalised, so he will rejoin on lead lap, I think.
Oh, I do hope so. I don't want anybody to be penalised or something like that. That would be just rubbing salt in an already glaring wound.
Yeah. I mean, it's taken them 2 minutes to get round under caution, so I'm thinking and I'm hoping that everybody who's in the pits will come out on lead lap. Yeah, they might not be where they want to be on track, but that was just pure congestion, wasn't it, on that?
Yeah, it was, well, 3 wide, everybody's full of adrenaline.
Yeah.
And you're just hoping that you're going to go. And, yeah, it looked, I mean, it just got tight, didn't it? I mean, I think there was probably, actually, theoretically, there was room.
Yeah, I think there was.
The cars just drifted together all at the wrong, because it just took the slightest contact, didn't it? It was the slightest contact. They all just drifted together at just the wrong moment, slight contact. And of course, in that tight packed bunch of cars, it's going to be a disaster. There's just no way around it. You're setting off a spinning top in the middle of it. Doom. So let's hope the fallout is not great.
Yeah, let's hope that the lights go out on the pace car quickly. There's quite a lot of cars rejoined. There's still 3, 6, 7, 8 cars in pit road. We are still under caution.
Well, they're going to get another lap to go, so...
I think so, yeah, but these will be a lap down now.
Hopefully give them... They've got a fast repair, so we're not waiting on repair time.
Why is Wobbly in pit lane?
He's tired.
Oh, no, look, he was in that. At some point, he's been...
He seems to have a large part of his car missing there.
Yeah, he does, but he's going to pit the car, take a fast repair, and get immediately straight back out with no towing required, no penalty. So he will rejoin almost immediately. Yeah, he's away again. He might come out.
Well, his car was drivable, though, with just that front-end damage.
Yeah.
These guys are a lot
right, everybody's piling out now, so that's the end of the automatic tow. For those ones, anyway. Lights are still on pace car. People heating their tyres. You got another lap of this yet. And sadly, this is going to be a 10-minute sprint race, Alan.
Well, that's plenty long enough to get out of breath.
Yeah, Wobbly's having to get leg back. Oh no, that's Andreas Gilman who's having. Oh no, it's not. That was Wobbly. Where's Wobbly gone?
Let's hope we can get a nice clean restart now that some of the adrenaline's gone away.
Yeah. Wobbly's getting shuffled here.
Just give yourself a little bit of room, folks, and a little bit of space to the other chap.
Yeah. Don't get too eager. Wobbly's having
it's hard to say anything really. You know, it was a racing incident, and it was just unfortunate.
Yeah. In other news, JB Dejay is the fastest man on track. He holds the fastest lap.
But these are experienced drivers. There's nobody out there who's an inexperienced driver, is there? So we expect them to have learned all the lessons. And
I think Demis has somehow ended up with Lucky Dog, or has he just filed back into position? Oh, he's just filed back into position. Okay.
Has he got a dog in that car?
Yeah, lucky one. Yeah.
Oh,
so Lucky Dog, folks, is where the first car one lap down gets waved through. I expect, because all cars are now back on track. Some are a lap down. We have 8 cars, 1 lap down. But they'll still score points, and good points, right to the end of the field. They score points. Can't join the V8s, 2 reasons. It'd be easy to beat Mr. Kloosterman. Yeah, it would at the minute, and not enough time racing in the vets. Okay, so Hoff is not joining V8s this season. That's a shame. Let's have a look and see what's happening. So everybody's still filtering in. There's a car facing the wrong way in the background.
Somebody's just disappeared to the pits.
It's Wobbly and Dan Lewis that have ended up in the pits together. So something just went on.
They've had to tow. So that's not good news.
No.
That's
something happened here. What was it? I don't really know. Oh, right. Everybody's... Yeah. So that's an issue. So they stacked up ahead, and Wobbly and Dan...
Wasn't expecting to see that.
Dan Lewis, they weren't paying enough attention to that, I don't think. Lights are out on the car now, so on the next lap, folks, we will go racing, I promise. But it will be a 10-minute sprint race. Hopefully lessons are learned for the 40-minute race that follows. That's all I can say. There's not much else to say, is there, Alan?
No, we're still going to have the same amount of cars on this tiny little track, and we're depending on the drivers just being just a bit considerate and careful.
Yeah.
Just to get us tyres warmed up and get a couple of laps into it. So everyone's got a bit of rhythm and a chance to settle down. Then I think we'll be fine. We just need to get that first lap and a half under, don't we, really? To get everybody away safely.
There it is again. And this is where it's going to get a bit meaty. Boom.
Ow, 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 ow. Oh, that is sore.
Yeah, and it's hard to stop these cars now. It really is. As in, the cars behind, they'd have been at full chat. A car will get out of the way, and you'll be the last one to know about it. If we look at that again from someone like Matthew Downs' perspective, let's have a look and see what he sees. I don't think he's going to see very much, and what he does see is just going to be smoke. Oh, and he got into the back of Silas anyway, and then into the pack of cars, and then gets absolutely mullered.
Skittle.
Anybody want any spare parts for cars, folks? There's plenty just off the side of the road on the start-finish straight. Right, where is Miguel? Miguel is starting to give distance to this pace car, because we will go racing very shortly for what is left, which is just 10 minutes. 10 minutes of Oschersleben. Hopefully everybody's got themselves sorted out now. Matthew Downs, Wobbly, and Dan Lewis are still in the pits, and we may not see them again, actually.
They're still towing, I imagine.
Yeah. Well, the tow time, and they've already used their fast repairs, so they will now go for full repairs, so I don't think we'll see them again.
Could be an 8-minuter, the way things have been going.
Yeah, Jason Haddington is out of this race, don't know why.
Oh, disappointed.
Yeah, me too. Right, so the pace car goes to pit road. Now, Miguel's going to have to wait, I think, for pace car to get further round. He can't just boot it. He's going to have to stack them. And they're all going to concertina up behind. Now he can go.
Look at that.
And they're all over the place behind. Miguel's gone. We're going to focus on the cars slightly behind. Sam Blees steps out.
Down the racing line. Be
Oh
careful,
my
guys.
God. Everybody cross whatever you've got. Because this could end in tears again. Oh, yeah, there's a bit of shoveling. Shoving even. Yeah, lots of shoving. Lots of shoving.
Oh, no. Oh, no, same car. Is it the same car?
Are we going to go again?
No.
Right.
We got around it.
Did we? I'm not sure we did.
Oh,
right, they're going to have to sort themselves out. Because race stewards are not going to throw a second yellow.
No.
So there's a few destitute cars back there.
There isn't time for another yellow flag. Sorry.
No. Definitely not. So at the very front, whilst everybody at the back sorts themselves out, Miguel gets away. Daniel Mills giving chase. And that is David Johansson. Well done to you. Getting up to third position. A few of the key drivers.
Yeah. He'll take advantage of that.
Yeah, mid-pack seems a bit more calm, although Jura Larkinen is missing some bodywork. I think this is the start of the damaged cars at Jura, which is 22nd, so halfway down the field. That was going on something else there. That was... no, that's the wrong battle, Pete. Was it around Andreas Gilman? Yeah, Andreas Gilman getting serious pressure from Alberto Sigolini. These are two sterling drivers. Right, further forward, Roger Morton getting pressure but applied now from Simon Trendle.
Well, we know what a defender Roger is. He won't give in easily.
No, and he's good at real life in as well, isn't he? Not just sim racing.
Just bought another bloody motorbike.
Wreckfest is cleaner. Craig Jones on the chat. Oh dear. Yeah, not the best of moments. 13 minutes to go in this race. That's all there is. As Alex Lado on mouse and keyboard is doing pretty good. Right, Kurt Riedel coming out of pit lane now. Andreas Gilman and co are behind him on track.
It'd be nice if some of these guys can get out and at least get a lap.
Yeah, right. So Daniel Mills has caught up with Big Miguel Freitas. So that lead has gone.
Has he really?
Yeah.
Now that's really impressive by anybody's standards.
Something going on back here. Oh, Alex is getting shuffled backwards quickly now that everybody's got on the pace. Plus he's on the dirty stuff, which is never going to work well. He's trying to keep out of the way, bless him. And doing all right with it so far. So we'll continue to watch at the front here. As Daniel Mills starts to get the tractor beam out on Miguel Freitas' car, and more importantly, and well, equally as importantly, I suppose, James Holman has caught up with David Johansson, so this is going to formulate into a battle soon, Alan.
Yes, well, I think it already is, because he'll be very large in David's mirror.
Yeah, he will.
You know, that's not an easy thing to do.
The Hoff says it was all Johnny Brandon's fault. I believe him. Right.
Poor Johnny.
Just behind is Stephen Walker, then Pete Newman, and then Sam Blees. So lots and lots of talent chasing down the front group with Mr. Gomez and Mr. Saralegui.
Some gaps, a bit of breathing room.
Yeah, and it's needed, I think.
Oh my word, it was needed.
Yeah, JB Dejay.
My blood pressure's very grateful.
Yeah, yeah, and mine. Oh, we had a battle going on here. Andreas Gilman going slow. I think he's got to slow down, letting quite a few cars pass him, and then back onto the pace potentially as he sheds a slowdown from somewhere. You were saying about catching a slowdown on one of the chicanes, weren't you?
Yeah, yeah. It's. I used to get them regularly. This.
Right.
It's a place where you can catch them. Once you're aware of them, it is possible to drive around them. Of course,
Oh,
and
okay.
you can. There are sensible lines and everything. It's just that I'm not capable of holding one.
I can often see the racing line.
Yes, yeah, I've been a big admirer of it from afar for
Yeah,
years.
me too.
It's adhering to it. I have the difficulty.
Yeah.
I think it's a combination of not being able to brake, judge distances, or have any coordination.
If these two cars like were actually like together and touching each other, you'd think it was a continuous paint job because the colour scheme.
I think they should be getting a room,
yeah,
frankly.
yeah. Oh dear, the colour
It
scheme's
is.
so similar.
It's very cozy, isn't it?
It is. He's putting real pressure on now, and he's not got long to do it. There's only 4 minutes left, which is probably only 3 laps, or two plus the rest of this. So they're going to have to tow in.
Must be an amazing feeling to think that you could put pressure on Miguel Freitas.
I know. You'd feel like a little legend just doing that, wouldn't you?
I would.
Pete Newman in 6th place, and we've got Craig Jones saying never seen Pete Newman in 6th.
Oh, well. Welcome to the real world.
Yeah. Welcome to this league these days, where the I ratings are. You'd have to multiply mine by about 5 to get some of these guys. Right, Sambley's having a look on Pete Newman, so I think you're about to see Pete Newman in 7th if the behaviour of Sambley's car is anything to go by. Nearly gets down the inside at Hotel.
Comes a demon overtaker.
He is. There is some other action going on around JB. Oh, he's about to try and pass Chris Dixon here. Chris Dixon has got the favourable line into this hotel complex, the left-hander into the right-hand forever corner. And JB's got this done. Nice move. Well done, JB. Oh, dear.
Oh!
And that was Silas getting into the back of Chris Dixon there. We saw it live. I'm not going to replay it because this is on. Look at the behaviour of the cars. They just sling it into the corners. I don't know how they maintain the grip. It's fantastic to watch.
Reflexes.
Hoff says, Pete Newman, I first read Pete Bingham. Where's my glasses? Yeah, I've never been in 6th. Even when there was only 6 cars in the field, I was still in 7th. Right, so I think we're going to end up with one more once they cross this line. No, there's no white flag. So 2 more laps. I think we've done all right to get 2 more out of this. Around we go. Daniel Mills breathes a sigh of relief.
Well, yes, that gives Daniel a chance to put more pressure onto Miguel. And he only needs one slight error by Miguel and he'll be past him.
Yeah, Manuel.
And of course, that gives Sam a chance to continue.
He's dropped off the
Sam's
back
got his
of
hands
Pete
full a
Newman.
bit, hasn't he? Now,
Yeah.
That's a bit of a change situation. It's amazing what a few yards makes. What a difference a few yards makes.
Right then, what are these two up to? They're going round. Let me put a track
I
map
don't
up.
see any change happening there. You depending on Miguel making a mistake and.
Well, it's either that or you stuff it down a corner somewhere and do it dangerous on marbles.
Yeah.
Craig Jones says, "I see the TCRs. I love the idea. Just can't drive them."
Don't worry.
Neither can we.
We can't either.
Yeah.
They're fun cars to drive, even if you're not very good at it, Craigie.
Yeah. He says Alan Toon has a few hits. I think one is called the wall, one is the tyre barrier. Not sure about any of the others. Right, Manuel putting on a real show here. As Miguel and Daniel take the white flag. One more lap.
Didn't take them very long to get around there, did it?
So, no.
They've definitely got their eyes in.
And this is a 3-way battle that is probably going to see itself clean on this lap. Manuel doing a bit of a, I'll distract you in your mirrors, but I think Sam's a bit wise to those sort of tactics. Although,
well, yeah, you know,
he probably doesn't know that though. Oh, this is an overtake. Nearly anyway. This is Constantino Marino making his way back through the field. on Paul Hurley as they take the white flag now. Constantino is getting squeezed here. He might go around the outside. He's gone round the outside. Now he's got the inside line, and away goes Paul Hurley into the weeds. He's going to drag a bit of shale back onto the track, and that's sorted that out.
Right, that's just the nature of that corner. If you just get it, you don't have to get it very wrong for that to happen.
No, true.
A fraction of your entry speed and angle of turning, and yeah, you're wide.
Oh dear, where's Renee gone? Renee's dead. We'll have a look at that after the race.
Oh, poor sausage has to quit match to the pits.
Yeah, Anthony Hilton here. As we need to go and find out where our leaders are. Our leaders are approaching the final corner now. And Sam Blease is under all sorts of pressure from Manuel. But it looks
Pete's
like...
very happy. Pete's happy because that's certainly distracting Sam, isn't it?
And the checkered flag is waved for Miguel Freitas today in this first of 2 races. Well done to you.
And another great result.
Oh, look at that.
Dan.
Was close at the end there. For 4th,
Fantastic
5th,
driving.
Yeah.
By these people.
Jay Corley over the line had a good time by the look of the behaviour of his car. When doesn't he have a good time?
So, Mr. Holman, I'm not a name I'm totally familiar with at the front of a race, but you don't get in front of a race like this by accident.
No. Christian Kramer, by the way. Whoa, Chris Barnes. Has he finished? Yeah, I think Chris Barnes has finished. He was up 25 places from his start position. Good God. Right, who else is still to finish? We've got a few down in the lower order. Let's get a camera on someone here. Still finishing.
I don't suppose Wobbly got out or anybody got out, did they?
No, they didn't, no. It was just too much of a time sap in the end.
Just too much.
Okay, so let's have a quick look before the session ticks over. Oh, God, I've got the wrong end of this thing here. Renee. Let's see what happened to Renee. Here he is. Ooh. He might have got a bit of a helping hand. No, not there anyway.
Oh yeah,
yep.
There it is.
That was a bit of a pit manoeuvre. I don't know who it was, and I can't check now because the session just carries me forward, folks. Right, so we're in a warm-up session, and I am now going to show the finishing order from the first of tonight's races. It was a messy one. But after all of the tiers, Miguel Freitas was the one on the top step for Impulse Racing, with Daniel Mills in second for RD Simsport 2. David Johansson finished third for Sim Racing Grid. James Holman was fourth for RD Simsport, with Stephen Walker fifth for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. Pete Newman was sixth for Result X Pure Sims. Sam Blease was seventh for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing, with Manuel Saralegi over the line in 8th place for ATR Argentos MP. JM Gomez 9th tonight for ADX Esports JCB. Chris Young, the first of our Pro-Am drivers, over the line, so a class victory for him, in 10th place overall for RD Simsport 3. I think that might be a name we see regularly, Alan.
It's a very good result, isn't it?
Very, yeah.
And for Christian 10 as well.
Yeah, Christian in his first race for German Sim Racing. Finished 11th. Jay Corley was 12th for Result X Pure Sims, and Jamie Wilson gets himself a class podium in 13th for Team Chimera, ahead of his own teammate from the other class, from the Pro class, Simon Trendle, who finished 14th, and then Roger Morton for Safeguard by Result 15th. Chris Barnes, Blade Designs SRL, like I said, up a million places, 16th, and then the first of our AM class drivers, 17th in a 46 car grid, Alan. Rob Sutherland for RD Simsport 2.
Fantastic drive.
Remarkable. Anthony Hilton, 18th for Mellow Motorsport. Let me move this on.
Nice to see Anthony back.
Yeah, definitely. Tommy Battelle in his first race with us, 19th for RD Simsport 3. Luke Jones, 20th for Ignium. Alex Sablano-Ledo, 21st, mouse and keyboard tonight for Hydro Race Racing Forces, ahead of his own teammate Jura Larkinen. Constantino Marino finished 23rd, well out of the order where he should be anyway, for ADX Esports JCB. Tom Woodcock, 24th for Blade Design TART. And then Demis Tigchalar, 25th for Hydro Race Racing Forces. Paul Hurley, 26th for Blade Designs TART and third step of the AM class podium. 27th was David Ayres for Safeguard. That's what you get for flashing your lights at the start. JB Dejay, 28th for BSTV Esports. 29th was Silas Goebel for VTS Esports with Hilton Nickerson. 30th for Blade Designs JAS, just an average sim racer. Chris Dixon, 31st for Workguard, ahead of his own teammate Andrew Littler in 32nd. 33rd was Kurt Radel for Cutting Corny TCR team, ahead of his own teammate Rene Earhart. We saw what happened to Rene in 34th. Alberto Cigolini, 35th for ADX Esports JCB. Andreas Gilman, 36th for Impulse Racing. Tony Walker, 37th. 38th was Deck Crowther for Blade Designs SRL. Pete Van Gool, PVG, over the line in 39th. And that's also his race number. For Result Clothing, Matthew Downs, 40th for Blade Designs TART. Wobbly, 41st from Pit Road, 5 laps down for Impulse Racing, along with Dan Lewis, the same in 42nd for Blade Design SRL. Greg Daffron, 43rd for RD Simsport. Stefan Goebel, 44th for VTS Esport. Jason Haddington, no longer with us, I don't think. I think he's out of the session for Air Smart Racing, classified, but 10 laps down.
Oh, disappointed to lose Jason.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So we now stride confidently forward into a 40-minute race where there will be no crashes whatsoever, Alan, will there?
That's what the rumour is going around the pit lane.
Absolutely.
There's been, I think everyone's decided that they're going to have eyes in the back of their heads for the next race.
Yeah, I mean,
Good news.
Pit lane entry is a beast here, isn't it?
You're going to need binoculars for that. Never mind eyes in the back of your head.
Yeah, it's going to be a toughie. You're out the way, all the way out there.
You know, he's got time to read a book.
Yeah, and he's got to pay for readmission when he gets part way around that, you know, because you go so far out of the track limits, it's basically in another postcode.
I can't imagine why they did that, to be honest. You can see a much easier line to get into the pits, can't you?
Yeah.
It's not hard to visualise a much easier line into the pits than that.
I bet it's sponsored by Shell or something like that, so you use more fuel going around it or something. Let's see if PVG ends up diving into the pits for just a sneaky pit lane test. P38 to P21, says Alex Sevillano later. Absolute madness, he said. Well, it is 46 cars on one of the tightest tracks in the series. He's not going to get around to do a pit lane practice. Anybody that's not done a pit lane practice may well regret it, Alan.
Yeah. Well, as long as they know where it is.
Well, yeah.
They've got plenty of time to get used to it on the way down.
I mean, you'd think, wouldn't you? But nobody knows. So,
as long as they know where the cone is so that they don't get caught out, because you don't want one of those nasty penalties for speeding in the pit lane.
No, you don't. Right, let's have a look at where everybody will line up in this second of tonight's race. It's a 40-minute race.
Now, isn't that an interesting looking grid?
Yeah. Roger Morton leads us away with Simon Trendle in second, Jamie Wilson, his teammate, on the other row behind him in third, Jay Corley fourth, Christian Kramer fifth, Chris Young sixth, seventh, J.M. Gomez, Manuel Saralegui off 8th, 9th will be Sam Blees, 10th Pete Newman, 11th Stephen Walker, James Holman off 12th, 13th will be David Johansson, Daniel Mills 14th, 15th, our first race winner will be Miguel Freitas, that's his punishment for doing so well. Chris Barnes 16th, 17th, Rob Sutherland, Anthony Hilton 18th, 19th, Tommy Battelle, Luke Jones off 20th, 21st, Alex Savallano Ledo, Jura Larkinen 22nd, 23rd, Constantino Marino, Tom Woodcock 24th, 25th will be Demis Tigchelar, Paul Hurley 26th, 27th will be David Ayres, JB Dejay off 28th, Silas Goebel off 29th, Hilton Nickerson off 30th, 31st will be Chris Dixon, 32nd will be Andrew Littler, Kurt Riedel off 33rd, 34th will be Rene Earhart, 35th Alberto Cigolini, Andreas Gilman off 36th, 37th will be, when I can find the right button, Tony Walker, Deck Crowther off 38th, 39th will be PVG, Pete Van Gool, Matthew Downs off 40th, 41st will be Wobbly, Kneecaps, Daniel Lewis off 42nd, 43rd will be Greg Daffron, Stefan Goebel will go off 44th, and 45th maybe, although I probably doubt it, will be Jason Haddington. Right, let me go and find a camera. And they're still flashing their lights, Alan. Oh dear.
Wow. It must be nice to be so widely admired, Pete.
Yeah, and Roger Morton has got the premium spot, hasn't he, for flashing his lights.
He's a very happy boy, and I'm delighted to see him at the front, but nobody else will be.
No, I know he's especially not on a track like this. Where is that last car? Well, the last car is right around the bend here. Right, lights are coming
What
on.
a grid!
A massive,
Good luck,
massive
everybody.
grid. Yeah, and we are going racing now. Right, everybody seems to get away reasonably well. There's a bit of shuffling going on right back here, but everybody seems okay. Maybe they've learnt their lessons from the first race, maybe not.
No more than 6 wide, please, chaps.
Yeah, can we limit it to 6? Oh, it's stacking up in this big horseshoe. There's a lot of shoving.
Oh, they're trying hard. They're really trying hard. You can see
3 wide. Oh my dear giddy aunt. Where are we going, boys? I think we've all got round.
Look. Oh my word. Congratulations.
Yeah,
chaps.
well done everybody. Honestly, well done. Because that was not
brilliant.
easy.
No, that was truly very, very impressive to get all those cars around there with all that.
Whoa, what was that? That was 2 impulse cars. No, it wasn't. It was Miguel and Daniel again.
Well, they're under a great deal of pressure to make early grounds, of course.
Something going on back here. That's a cutting corny car.
Oh, he's back on. It's okay.
It's Kurt. And PVG as well. I don't know whether Kurt's letting him go because of something, but we'll go back and have a look at that in a minute when everything calms down. As Simon Trendle, still not past Roger Morton. I'm not surprised because we've seen this before, but...
Yeah, Roger's a very good defender. He won't do anything ungentlemanly.
No.
He'll try and defend his line.
Oh, and Simon's got him now.
Yeah, he's got him now.
Just got on the inside of him. He's not... Oh, he has done it, yeah. And that's Jamie Wilson in 4th. Oh, somebody's crashed. Is it David Ayres? No. Somebody has definitely crashed. I've just lost who it was. It's Daniel Mills.
Oh,
crabbing into pit road.
That's not a happy car.
Right, we're going to have a look at what happened there, because that's important. Although, I've got nothing showing on my screen at all. No.
Oh, that's a shame.
I've got nothing showing as to what happened to Daniel Mills. Sorry, folks. I cannot replay anything for that. Oh, Jay Corley decided to go sideways through that corner, and that's going to make him 3 wide, heading into one of the kinks. Oh, this is going to be horrible. That is horrid.
Well, they've got to hold their lines.
Yes, they
do. Do that, they've got to hold their lines, and they've got to be capable of doing it.
Yeah.
And so far, they are.
Yeah, Christian Kramer got very, very wide on the shale at the side of the track. He just slid out. I think that's what happened to Jay Corley as well. Jamie Wilson trying to get on equal terms with Manuel Saralegui after he'd been overtaken by him. J.M. Gomez coming under fire from James Holman, and James has done that. We said we'd not seen much of him, but now we've seen a lot of him, and he's just got another position.
Well, it finished in good position in the first race.
Yeah. That back there, in that mob there, is Stephen Walker with David Johansson, Pete Newman, and J.M. Gomez. Somebody else is crashing. No, they're not.
David's in there as well. I mean, that's a pretty elite bunch.
Look at the state of Renee's car, and look at all the shale kicking up, Alan.
Yeah, I know. Look at it. Yeah, it'll be clogging up their windscreens. It will. It sits on the windscreen. You need to use your wipers to get it off. Yeah, yeah. It builds up.
Nothing on this windscreen. Maybe you don't see it in the replay or something. Oh, there's a car gone wide and into the wall. That looked like Tommy Battel's car. It was Tommy Battel. We're on board.
Oh, don't mark that nice paint up.
No, it's a lovely paint job. Right, back towards the sticky end. As Simon Trendle is striding out here. He's got himself...
Well, he's a great front runner, is Simon, and he sees an opportunity, and he's seizing it. He sees the opportunity here. There's a lot of his main contenders way back in that train.
Yeah, there is, and he's got a good backstop here in the form of Jamie Wilson, who's in 6th at the minute and can be a pest to a lot of the guys coming through. Although he's already got Manuel Saralegi and Sam Blees ahead of him. But they do kick up a whole load of crap going through those last couple of turns, don't they?
Yes, and it will affect your handling if you get on them when there's a big pile of them there.
Yeah, Paul Hurley there, dragging a whole load of it out in front of Wobbly. And Wobbly got on the inside there. Oh, God, don't transition across the track quite as sharp as that, Mr. Woodcock. Wobbly's going into a dangerous 3-wide situation here. Who's going to be the brave one that backs out? Because that is the brave move. Oh, Paul Hurley's gone in the same way that Tommy Battelle went.
I think, is his car okay? He didn't reach the wall, did he?
I don't think so, no, but he's let a whole load of cars go. Yeah, he's out in the grid.
But at least he's still in the race and hopefully relatively undamaged. You can get suspension damage if you go for one of these big curves on the way out, which would be a shame. So let's hope. Fingers crossed he's fine.
Yeah, Alex is staying out of the way. Yeah,
to celebrate.
Yeah. You slurp away.
Delicious.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Santa bought it.
Did he?
Yes. He's changed his name to Pete.
Oh, excellent. Right.
Peter Claus.
Shall we see what happened at Kurt? This is an early on one, this, or reasonably early on. Car off track ahead.
Was that David?
What happened in the end? Oh, right. We didn't brake well because we were on the grass when we started braking, and then got into. Is that Pete Van Gogh? No, it's not.
Well, look at that. There's
and he let him go again, which is the right thing to do.
That's,
that's fine. That's what we like to see.
Isn't that lovely to see? And I hope all the other drivers in the field are taking notice of that, because it's common practice in our league.
It is.
For drivers to do that kind of thing.
I'm scanning through the list, and there's only the Tommy Battelle one, which is classified as a crash by SDK. So we will assume that everything else has been comfy for everybody. We saw what happened to Tommy Battelle. We were on board with another driver at the time as he exited stage left in a car that looked just like this one, which is Chris Young, his teammate, for RD Simsport 3.
Look at these corners. They're fun, but they're testing. You don't brake.
No. If you brake, you become somebody else's car all of a sudden. As Sam Lees gets underneath Christian Kramer, I'm pretty sure they'll have raced together before at some point.
Somebody's raced with everybody, hasn't he?
Well, yeah. David Ayres has had a little bit of an excursion off track.
Well, let's hope he's okay.
Oh, Daniel Lewis, as he pulled up. He's going slow.
Oh, what's going on?
I think he's parked it and reset the car.
Oh, no.
I think so. Steering is off at an angle.
It's in first gear and cruising to a prepared stop. Has he got any petrol in there?
Actually, I think he's just letting the field go. I think we're looking at something utterly boring, maybe. Yeah, he's away again. He was just letting the field go, but it registered as a crash. So, sorry about that, folks.
Why was he letting the field go, though?
He's laps down now because he ended up with that damage, didn't he? I think it was probably... You know when you touch another car in these ones now with the new damage model, and it absolutely destroys your entire vehicle, as James Holman gets underneath Christian Kramer.
We still got the cumulative damage model thing. Is that what that is?
I think so, yeah. But you can get incidental little knocks that snap your front axle, if you know what I mean.
Yes, well, I've had that.
Right.
I've had the softest little run on a curve that snapped my axle. Yeah, you can really pick up front end suspension damage on really what feels like a soft impact.
Yeah. Roger
Catch
Morton,
it wrong.
Yeah, catch it wrong and it does terrible things, doesn't it? Roger Morton, our pole man, is currently trying to hold his own in 9th place. Pete Newman and Jamie Wilson really going at it now, ahead.
Well, they will be having a barrel of laughs because they will be loving that.
Yeah, they've raced together for a long time as well. Jamie doing a really good job on that defensive line.
Was Jamie races in RMX5 League as well against
Yeah.
Pete. So they're very used to being side by side. You get a lot of that in MX5 racing.
Yeah, you do. So they've sorted
Look at these
themselves out
chaps.
now.
Well, that's a delicious sight, isn't it? Look at all those cars, all those beautiful liveries, and none of them crashing.
Not at the minute, anyway.
Well, I take it as it comes, you know.
Yeah, take it as you get it. So Stephen Walker now making his way through the field. Outside line. That's not going to work well for him there. But it might on his cutback. Because he'll have a little bit more run, maybe. No, not this time. So, where is Simon Trundle? Your race leader is 3.5 seconds ahead. Now,
he's making hay. Has he got David after him?
No, he's got Jay Corley after him at the moment.
Oh, do you want to put the thing up? A thingy up?
Oh, yeah, I'm still on replay. Sorry. Here we go. There we go.
No, I want to see the time. 3.5 seconds.
3.5.
Jay. And then Sam. We've got. So Simon's actually got his hands full with the people behind him, hasn't he?
Yeah.
There's some serious pace there catching him up. So they've come through the field, haven't they?
Yeah, and if you look back here, at the back of this train of cars behind Jura there, you might not recognise Jura's car because it's got a front bumper on it this time. That is wobbly. He's already up 24 places from his start position. Because he was right down the field after all those crashes in the previous race. JB Dejay having a bad time of it out in the weeds.
Oh, come on, JB.
Nothing to explain on the SDK tracker as to why he would be out there yet.
Let's hope he didn't make a contact with that nasty rubber wall.
And Tom Woodcock has just jumped to the pits.
Oh, that's unfortunate. You don't want to do that. You won't do that unless you're forced to.
He's just pulled off the road, maybe after an incident, and then reset the car.
Yeah, something's happened. You wouldn't do that. His car's broken.
Maybe it's this.
Even if he was retiring, he would be...
Actually, look at the state of his car. It's absolutely mangled. This will be it.
There it is.
So, that was weird. And that's how JB ended up off the track.
Yes.
So.
And he's trying to drive, and he's got damage to his suspension.
Yeah. So he's reset the vehicle.
That will be a sideways steering wheel job.
It will. Everybody out in the dirt there. You can get that slowdown out that far.
Look at those pebbles between those cars, rattling them.
Yeah.
Come back, Pete.
25th is Alex. Alex has gone to the pits. Is this a blinding bit of genius, or is this retiring the car, or is this a disaster for his race? Hard to tell.
What lap is he? 9. So no, that's tactically it's not an unreasonable time to pit, especially with the close quarters. I don't think there's going to be a lot of room at the back though.
No, there's not.
But maybe he's taken into account his hampered driving conditions.
No, we've got M-Class Racing going on back here. That's Andy Littler just ahead of Kurt Riedler. And behind, that's Hilton, Nickerson and Rob Sutherland about to come together in a good way.
Great. Yeah. New drivers coming and finding people at their own pace to race with.
Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely. Feeding the league. Yeah, exactly. Just doesn't matter whereabouts on this big pile of drivers you are, you're going to have somebody to race with. Roger's trying his very best, but keep...
yeah, David Johansson at bay.
Yeah, keep David off back. He's doing very well.
He is. Stephen Walker at the back of that queue at the minute. He's got Miguel Freitas, Everfast, who's only actually moved one position forward, which for me that suggests that he's on some sort of fuel save. Might not be to remove a pit stop, but it might be to shorten one down to a ridiculous amount. We'll have to see how that transpires later, or maybe he's just playing it nice and cool and calm and doesn't want to get in anybody's fights.
No, that doesn't sound like.
We have visitors. Visitors to pit road here. Well, Wobbly is not that far behind Miguel.
Yes, well, Wobbly has made all those places. I don't find it reasonable to think that Miguel couldn't have made a few places if he was really trying for it.
Yeah, exactly.
So...
Sam Blease has now just got past James Holman.
Well, James was impressing me. He's there and thereabouts with some very fast drivers.
Yeah, and Stephen Walker got past J.M. Goldman. The one overtake that I wanted to watch isn't on the list, which is annoying.
Wow. Oh, hello.
I know. Let's go on board with
the back seat with him.
On board with Chris Young. We'll see what this shale looks like when it hits you in the face. Maybe not. Well, there's a little bit, isn't there? Let's go on the nose of this car for a lap. Look at the state of David Jansen's car at the back. Is that David Jansen? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
He was further forward not that long ago, fighting with Christian Kramer. So, oh, and that's Stephen Walker who's just gone straight through.
Like he was standing still. I think he was on the brakes, or rather, not on the brakes.
Yeah, exactly. That was a remarkable overtake.
Well, that's carrying pace through the corners. If you can do that, then you can pull off those spectacular overtaking manoeuvres like that.
Yeah. Now we're chasing down, as other people visit the pits, we're chasing down Roger, who's getting a face full of grit from Jamie Wilson just ahead. That's a nice angle there from David Johansson. That's going to give him a little bit better drive than Roger, but can he do anything with it? Probably not.
Not through this section.
No. Again, better line leaving, or was it? No, it wasn't. Always out in the weeds.
Oh, no, yes, no, this was an opportunity for Van to go onto the grass there, of course.
Yeah, definitely. Now he's having to defend against the car next to him, which is
tricky corner.
Stephen
you go
Walker.
wide if you're not careful.
Yeah, you don't need to ask Stephen Walker twice, do you? You're going to get filled in now with all this grit. Oh, look at all that. Oh, dear. Yeah.
Chunky stuff.
Chunky. Big lumps of rock and shale and all sorts. Right,
that is windscreen shattering.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Well, it is, but thankfully it doesn't do it.
Yeah. Simon Trendle is now way out here. Look, he's 4.2 seconds ahead of Jay Corley, who is no longer alone. Sam Blease, current leader of the series, is right on his 6 and hunting him down. There's quite a few gone at pit road. Miguel Freitas being one of them. He's already out of pit road, actually, on that lap. Pete Van Gool just rolling into pit road behind in the distance, along with one of the Blade cars. Is that Hilton? Yeah, Hilton. Hilton Nickerson. Again, Hilton has his own stream. I'll try and put that one into the notes of this one as Sam Blease gets through on Jay Corley and gives him a face full of dirt straight away.
He wasn't hanging around, was he?
No, he really wasn't. He's going to try now and get in on this Simon Trendle lead, I think. Whoa! That was a last minute dive in there. It wasn't naughty, but it was opportunistic from James Holman. And that's Manuel Saralegui, who's got a massive run here. He's trying to look down the inside. He's just got a face full of Elantra, but he might benefit here on the exit. Massively benefit on the exit here.
Wow, this is great racing, guys.
Oh, there's a bit of hello going on.
Oh.
Got a little bit of a hip check there. Does the cutback on him, and that's lovely. Jay needs to give him a little bit of room. They're going into a left-hand kink. And another kink left. This only plays into Manuel's favour until this point, when everything turns to the right. There's a lot of exchanging paint there, isn't there, Alan? Like a lot. A little bit of a flash for his troubles.
It's exciting racing for them. They'll be enjoying this. I'm enjoying it, that's for sure.
Me
Goodness
too.
me, edge of the seat stuff.
So, down the inside, this time for... Whoa, dear!
Oh!
What happened there? That was weird.
It'll have worked out his slowdown as well, so he'll be fine. He'll be able to pick up his pace straight away. Right. Who's this coming in the pits?
That was Hilton. That was from a while ago.
Oh.
We're going to watch this again, because I think this is it, isn't it? It's hard to tell at the minute. There's so many cars on the event tracker. So down the inside we go, and then he just kind of wobbled at the last second. That was really strange.
I don't think we had a solid air.
Might have been a solid air moment. Let's just go on board with him, because that was the strangest thing in the world. So somewhere on our right in a second will be a passing Manuel Saralegui, and then we go into the corner. There is a touch there, and then he's fighting the wheel over onto the grit and the gravel. Maybe he was on the grit, Alan, and it was he couldn't steer properly or whatever.
Yes, yes.
So I'd not driven on it, so
well, he could have lost grip. If he'd lost his grip, it would have had a similar effect.
Yeah, there was a touch, but it was incidental in my opinion. It was just a solid air or.
Anyway, he got a very nice line on through the turf.
He did, yeah.
And controlled his car, and hopefully it isn't damaged.
No, Miguel has come out into a bit of bother here, so he's got traffic in the form of JB Dejay and Andy Littler. They're on the same lap. I mean, it's right that they keep to their lines, really. JB certainly will. Andy Littler gives a bit more room.
I imagine they're not going to present too much of a difficulty. They're totally entitled to try and be a difficulty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
But they've got enough races under their belts together now to realise that Miguel is an unstoppable force. So you're only really going to slow yourself down by being an obstruction, I suppose. But you're right. It's for them to race.
Well, it's exciting to race against someone like Miguel, isn't it?
Oh, there we go. So JB has decided this is a safe place for me. I won't lose any time, and he's let him go. That's good.
We all want to race with Miguel. It's just that the races are very short.
Yeah, I want to race with him as well, but he's 3 laps ahead of me, which is a bit of an issue.
Yeah, it lasts us about 30 seconds a race with Miguel.
Right, I'll put the pit lap up onto the screen, because that's always useful, isn't it? We can see who's been into the pits. Let's have a look further down the list. Virtually everybody at the back has been in the pits. Chris Dixon's still holding his own.
Yes, there's been a lot of pit stopping going off, which has been interesting.
Tony Walker on his way out.
Yeah. There hasn't been. We quite often get a big deluge all at once, but this seems to have been dribs and drabs more.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think there's a defined window at this track for a start. But if you look at the track map in the top right corner, the entire track has cars on it. Not often you see that. The entire track.
Fairly well occupied.
Yeah, good way to word it. We have a very congested occupation level. No, don't hit anything. Keep going. Oh, nice move, Constantino Marino. Good man.
Beautiful.
Caught it. There's only a slight touch. He just got.
That car behind him is a pink version of the same.
Correct.
Will we be a different department?
No, same department now. He moved into.
He's the gentleman who moved across.
Yeah. So I think that was a case of Constantino getting caught out by the braking point of Andy Littler. Andy will be braking earlier than him, and he wouldn't have expected it, I don't think, because they're new to racing together. It's only their second race week together. So they'll learn eventually to just get on the brakes a little sooner. Andy staying wide, is he? He's being made to stay wide. He's an enthusiastic, encouraged to stay wide. Hopefully he doesn't press this one too much. They're going into the corner together, and they are on the same lap, so they just need to be careful around one another. That's just a little loving touch there, a little loving touch.
Yeah.
And away they go again. And then JB has got Jamie Wilson to play with now, and that is Wobbly behind him. So this is wow. All right, he's let Wobbly go. Ex-teammates. So JB DJ lets him go. See JB's windscreen wiper going there, like you were saying. You've got to use it to clear it.
Oh yeah,
First time I've seen that.
Quite quickly.
Right.
But to be honest, this is a chunkier, thicker stuff. It's been sand mostly, but this seems a lot chunkier and thicker.
These are rocks.
These are rocks, yeah. That was, the sand builds up in gentle layers like it does when you've been in through the sand. When you're on a busy track and the sand's up in there, and it builds up. But these are rocks. I mean, you can count them individual.
So these two cars, even though they look wildly different, the two Elantras, they are in the same race team. They're Result X Pure Sims. Christian Kramer and James Holman in the pits. Christian Kramer, is he just leaving? Oh no, he's leaving now. That was James Holman leaving. Kurt entering the pits for Cutting Corny TCR team. Back here, we've got one of the Blade Designs cars. This is SRL's Blade Designs. They're the green ones. Fighting with PVG. And that's Demis Tigchar that's just gone out of shot. Right, so the very top of this field have not pitted yet. Oh no, that's Silas Goebel is up to 9th place. I know he owes us a pit stop, so he will drop down the orders quite a lot. But he is head and shoulders above the rest of his class at the moment. Let's just have a look at class standings. Oh, it goes off the bottom of the screen. I can't even see it, Alan. So Simon leading from Sam, leading from Manuel at the minute in Pro. Roger leading from Luke, leading from Christian in Pro-Am. And Stefan leading from Chris Dixon. And then I've got to try and find the next one. It is Deck Crowther. Pretty sure. No,
yes, Deck's been it's been
sorry.
Having a really good race with PVG, hasn't he?
Yeah. I'll go back to the normal standings, and I need to go and get the pit lap.
They'll be enjoying that. These are one pair of racers, and they'll be loving trying to outsmart and out-drive each other, outthink each other.
Silas to pit road now. So I don't know where that'll... No, he's in the very earliest pit box. I've been caught out with that pit box before. We're going sailing straight past it.
JB is one of the ones who hasn't been in the pits. I wonder
Correct.
If he's getting fuel savers disease.
Maybe.
He's been around a lot of fuel savers recently.
He has. This is
probably infectious.
Yeah. This is an area of the track which these two ADX JCB cars have been on for quite a long time. I've lost my battle box again. That seems to switch itself off when I go to replay every so often. There we go. Back on the screen. Greg Daffron, not seen much of his name.
Nice. These are nice corners. That corner there, they're beautiful. They're just exciting to drive.
Yeah, it's that triple left-hand kink, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice. So this is Alberto Sigolini. No, it's not. Sorry, Alberto is the car behind them. This is Greg Daffron putting mega pressure onto Andreas Gilman from Impulse. They both go around that side by side. I always think the car on the inside is going to smash into the car on the outside going around there. Drag a little bit of dirt back onto the track from Andreas. Ooh, what's going on there? Oh, right, that's JB to pit road.
Oh, there you go. So he's gone as long as he could, I would suspect.
Yeah, Greg Daffron, all gone.
Chris has to go still. He hasn't looked at the pit road, but all the leaders, of course, are the ones who are resisting any kind of fuel incursions into their engines.
Yeah, so Wobbly getting his 30th position. Very nicely as well. That was so clean.
Does he have to write bloody Driver of the Night award or something?
Well, maybe.
Goodness me, that's impressive. That's impressive on this circuit with these cars. This is very impressive.
I mean, he's got to pit the car yet. That'll drop him back. I don't know how many places. We'll find out how far they're going to drop, because here's Manuel now. And that's Jay Corley in the background there. Look how long it takes them to get around this pit lane entry. You've got a quarter of a lap done by the time you get to the green cones.
We missed the first 15 minutes on that view.
Right, so into pit road they go. Let's see where they come out in a minute. So your leader is still Simon Trendle. His lead is down to 2.68 seconds because Sam Blease is absolutely hacking it to pieces at the minute.
Yeah, hot pursuit.
Yeah, very, very hot. Red hot pursuit. Pete Newman is 8 seconds behind Sam Blease. And then David Johansson is a further 3.8 seconds behind him. Now, Manuel has not lost many places. He's rejoining onto the racing line in 5th place. He's not lost much at all. Jay Corley has lost more. He's come out behind Miguel Freitas. Now, he's got a good barometer there, hasn't he, really? He can find... Oh, and no, he hasn't. He's got Stephen Walker behind him.
That would be fun for them.
It'll certainly be interesting. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, Chris Dixon's gone to pit road.
Chris coming in for fuel, yes.
Yeah, I saw him losing positions and I thought the worst. I shouldn't have done. Right, so Jamie Wilson now under bags of pressure here from Constantino. That's Christian Kramer in front of them. He pitted recently. Simon Trendle has gone to pit road, so your leader is in the pits now.
So presumably everybody else has come in. I've always taking the lead lap. No, he's taking the lead lap, isn't he?
He is, and he's... I don't know how, but he's the only one that's not pitted now. It's solar-powered car.
Do you think he's going to bother?
I don't know. Let's go on board and see what's going on, shall we? Now everybody else has. It's not an issue. So let's see what he does when he gets into the corners. We're not going to know for a little while because these are coasting corners coming up. So you would do this anyway. You do a little squirt down here. And he's done it. And then onto the brakes and round this right-hander that goes on forever. That seems like he's racing that car normally, but how's he ended up with extra fuel?
It certainly looked like he was in second gear and foot down, didn't it?
Yeah, and he's doing it again now. He's not lifting early that I can see. Unless the fractions make the biggest difference, I don't know. That's not
you
off
won't
that
go in
early.
second gear if you're fuel saving. You keep in third when you drop the clutch.
Maybe, yeah. As long as you're off the gas, that's the only thing that matters in iRacing. So he's going to have to pit now, surely, because... Yeah, here he goes. This is pit lane entry. 6 years of pit lane entry. Here we go. And check the A to Z. Is it left? Is it right? Left at the pub.
Here we go.
Right at the co-op. And here we go. We're in pit lane. So where is Mr. Trendle when all this is going on? Simon is coming up to the pit lane entry now. Sam's already stopped in his box.
Oh, this is exciting.
It is. What's Sam doing? Standing still. What's Simon doing? Moving at nearly 100 miles an hour. Still nothing from Mr. Blease.
Oh, come on, Sam.
Now that moves Manuel Saralegui up to second place.
Oh, Sam's going down the right. Oh, my word. What's happened to him? He shouldn't be in there in that.
He's been punished. He must have been punished.
Speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah, probably. Speeding on pit lane entry. Stop and hold. Yeah. 30 seconds stop and hold. That's exactly what it was. So that's ruined Sam Blease's hopes of a...
Yeah, so it's ruined, taking away that really exciting interchange that we were having. Oh, and Sam will be spitting nails.
Yeah.
That's a soft one that's right on him, and he's put in considerable effort in this, and he was in for a whole barrel of points.
So we've
And
got...
after his good all last week, this is actually a bit of a poking knife for the lad.
It is, definitely. So Manuel Saralegui finds himself in second place in his first race week with us. bearing down on Simon Trendle.
Oh, trying to bear
I know
down
he
on him.
is. He's taken 2/10 out of him on this lap already. And we've got 6 minutes to go, so that would be a minor miracle if you manage to get 4 seconds out of him. But he's certainly taken 3/10 out. I mean, that could be
yes,
something.
but Simon's been nodding off, hasn't he? You know, he's just been having quite snooze. When he sees somebody to be worth, stirring himself for, he'll just, start to use the accelerator again.
Yeah. So here comes Stephen Walker, multiple previous champion and current reigning champion, trying to get past Jay Corley. These guys have raced forever together, so they know each other very, very well. And that's Pete Newman just ahead, David Johansson just behind. This is where the action is, because that in the near distance is Miguel Freitas, and in the far distance is Wobbly, who's up a disgraceful 32 positions, Alan.
Wow, Wobbly, that's awesome driving, my friend.
There's a bit of RD Sim. Whoa. There's a lot of sideways from Mr. Gomez, JM Gomez. This is a crowded house just here, and it's about to get more crowded.
He's taking more. Wobbly's overtaking more people in this race than I've overtaken in my entire iRacing career.
Oh, dear. Oh, that's a lot of curb. That is a lot of curb from Jamie Wilson.
That wouldn't have been very comfortable.
No, that's a spine breaker right there. And that's Christian Kramer off the racing line for some reason. And then rejoining it. I don't know, he's trying to break whatever toe is possible.
I don't think people get away scot-free one of these bangs. If you've ever been with a force feedback wheel...
Oh, Jamie's got to slow down.
Oh,
that must have been off that cut corner that I said he took a lot of curb on.
Yeah,
sure. Not sure why Chris Young is flashing his lights. What's he saying? Can you please just get yourself out of the way so I can take your position? That's not how it works, Chris. Sorry. You've got to fight for these ones, mate.
Well, he probably saw that he was on the slowdown, wasn't he? So
well, yeah.
Interacting around that event.
Whoa. But, Christian.
This is things are tense and tight there, aren't they? This
dear. That's yeah. That was a very defensive line. There's nothing wrong with his defensive line. He stayed on it, and the other car turned in on him. Yeah. So.
Absolutely.
Robust defence. Nothing wrong with the defence, in my opinion.
No, he didn't do anything. He didn't change his line. Didn't do anything. He didn't move his car before or after. No.
Where is Wobbly? Wobbly's further back than he was before, I think. Yeah, he is. He's still got David Johansson in shot, but he's dropped back a little. This is where he
must have done something, because he's absolutely flying. That car's flying.
I think it's a Veloster underneath and an Elantra shell. So Simon Trendle has lost a second since the pit stops, but he's only got 2 minutes to run, which is probably this plus one more. The lap is on plus one.
He's still got, 3 seconds clear.
Yeah, we're about to see if Barney's waving his flag. He's not, so it is definitely this plus one more.
Yeah, Simon will have to make a mistake. It's his to lose, really. To throw away. He's.
I mean,
but it's being chased, and this is a really good chase, and it's a good chance to see this gentleman.
That little white blob.
Look at his pace. He's flying. He's really going at it. He's fantastic.
He's not got the fastest lap of the race, though. Not yet, anyway.
In the Veloster.
Aye. It's currently James Holman, I think. Yeah, it is. James Holman's got the fastest lap.
Wow, well done, James.
Right, Simon.
Well, it's no surprise to me that I'm seeing your name up there, my friend, if you can take the fastest lap off people like Miguel.
Yeah. This is...
Stephen and Miguel and Pete Newman, they love the fastest lap.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is Jamie and Andreas Gilman having it as a big scrap here. All the ADX cars are here. 2 further forward, plus Alberto Sigolini, who's scrapping with Andreas at the minute. Jamie Wilson's done well there. He's defended that very well. Pete Newman and Stephen Walker are right on it now. as they take the white flag. Yeah, there's the white flag. There's Barney giving it all. Stephen's going to pop to the left now and try and get this done. Down the inside. This is not going to work for Stephen this time, but he'll do a cutback, will he? Or try to. Pete Newman's wily though, isn't he?
He's wily. He's Pete. He won't give away his racing line.
No. He's going to stay defensive here.
Overtake him, and of course, if anybody's got the chops to do it, it's Stephen.
Yeah, he's going to take a big sweeping approach to this little straight, but that's too much. It's too much track in front of him as Jamie Wilson's back under pressure again from Andreas Gilman. And Andreas may... Oh, I was going to say he may get this done, but Jamie carried a lot of speed through that apex there. And he's away again. Or is he? There's battles everywhere now. There's another one back here with Renee and Yura. But this is the closest one. They are literally side by side. You have to keep an eye on where Simon is, because he will take the checkered flag shortly. We will watch him go over the line, and then we'll snap back to this as quick as possible, because any one of these guys could, well, I don't know, finish first or last here in this group. As where has he gone? Where is Simon? He's in here somewhere. There is Simon Trendle for the win.
Yay! Congratulations, Simon.
And then Manuel Saralegui gets a podium finish, second place, with James Holman right on him, like milliseconds behind him. Stephen Walker there,
driving.
heading that little crew. Wobbly, having great fun. 32 places he took in that.
Wow.
And then this is this mob.
Sensational.
This is utter madness. So Andreas got it done on Jamie Wilson in the end, but Jamie didn't lose any more places. So that's a good finish from Jamie.
Wow. Fantastic.
Yeah. Renee, happy with that. After the first race, he finished like 34th, 20th for Renee in this one. Much better result for that cutting corny car. We've still got racing going on. Deck Crowther over the line just ahead of PVG. JB Dejay is giving Stefan something to think about right to the line. And Stefan's held him at bay. JB's car a bit caved in at the front there. And then these guys still circulating.
Oh.
Andy Littler leading.
And it's, yeah, there's your front. Go on, Andy, lad.
Yeah. Staying in front at the
there'll
minute.
be some adrenaline flowing through those veins. They will. He loves to race this, Andy. He absolutely loves it. Yeah. It'll be one excited chap.
Acknowledgement from Paul Hurley on him as well, which is great to see. Wow, that was some race, that one. A lot more discipline than the first one, Alan, for sure. 2 big crashes in that first race this evening, so I'm sure there's some people who would like to forget that it ever happened.
Yes, it was disappointing, but not unforeseen totally.
No, true.
It was a difficult, dangerous situation because it's this bend, that straight gets you going, but we come to this really tested and demanding corner.
Yeah, it's
just you know, you've got no heat in your tires, and people start to slow down, and I'm pretty sure that fed back down the chain, and there you go. These things were happening. They were racing. There was a bit of room there. People see a gap, and you're a racer. You can't help but try and go for a gap, can you?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Is that Roger coming into the pits?
Yeah, on his cool down. Yeah, and JB Dejay is somewhere out there just entering pit lane now. You can see the front of his car is absolutely mullered. The radiator's bust on that for sure.
Oh, I thought it was his new modern art.
Right, so let's reset everything, shall we, Alan? Because that was something.
Hold on, then I better have another slurp.
Right, so I'm gonna set this away on slow. There we go. We'll leave it on JB. Why not? While we go through the finishing order for that, as Alan charges his drink. So Simon Trendle took that one with 5.5 seconds to spare. Well done to him from Team Chimera over Manuel Saralegui from ATR Argentos MP, who got the second place and second step on the podium. That's doing that juddery thing again. So let me do this a second, folks. There we go. I'll smooth it out behind. James Holman finished third, gets himself a podium there for RD Simsport. Hopefully he'll come and chat to us because we've not spoken to him before. Miguel Freitas finished fourth for Impulse Racing. Pete Newman fifth for Result X Pure Sims with Hydro Race Geodesic Racing's Stephen Walker in sixth, with Jay Corley in seventh for Result X Pure Sims. David Hansen finished eighth for Sim Racing Grid with Wobbly in ninth for Impulse Racing. JM Gomez 10th for ADX Esports JCB with his teammate Constantino Marino in 11th behind him. 12th was Christian Kramer for German Sim Racing. He finished top of his class in 12th place. He was second in class in the first race, so he's done very well points-wise tonight. Andreas Gilman finished 13th for Impulse Racing with Jamie Wilson from Team Chimera getting second step on the Pro-Am podium. That'll do his championship lead no harm at all. Finished 14th. Alberto Sigolini in 15th for ADX Esports JCB. And then Chris Young, who won the Pro-Am in the first of tonight's races, is third in class tonight, 16th on track for RD Simsport 3. Roger Morton 17th for Safeguard, and Tony Walker 18th. And 19th was Daniel Mills for RD Simsport 2. Rene Earhart 20th for Cutting Corny TCR team with Euro Larkinen in 21st for Hydro Race Racing Forces. And Sam Blees dropped down to 22nd, Alan.
Yes, that was very unfortunate for Sam, and we robbed us of a deal of excitement there towards the end of the race.
Yeah, very much so. Pit lane penalty.
He would be disappointed. Yes, picking up. He has had a couple of these things in the past with pits, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Pits have bought him grief before.
They have, and it's never done his championships any harm, but individual races he's had a bit of a rough time with that for Hydro Race Geodesic. 23rd, Luke Jones for Ignium. Demis Tigchular 24th for Hydro Race Racing Forces with Deck Crowther 25th for Blade Designs SRL. And Pete Van Gool 26th for Result Clothing iRacing Team. Greg Duffron finished 27th for RD Simsport. And Silas Goebel, look at that, Alan. Silas Goebel 28th, first AM class driver over the line for VTS Esports. Kurt Radel 29th, second in class for Cutting Corny TCR Team. And David Ayres, third in class again. Second time tonight for Safeguard by Result. That's a good podium, that, and they're all together pretty much.
Yes, very nice. And strong German presence in the AM ranks there. This is great. Good lads.
Good. Yeah, very good. Rob Sutherland, 31st for RD Simsport 2. Stefan Goebel, 32nd, beaten by Silas. Excuse me, for VTS Esports. JB Dejay, 33rd for BSTV. Alex Savillano-Lado, 34th on mouse and keyboard or controller or whatever he was using for Hydro Race Racing Forces. Didn't see him in a kerfuffle, so he's done really well. Andy Littler, 35th for Workguard. Paul Hurley, 36th for Blade Designs TART. Hilton Nickerson, 37th for Blade Designs Just an Average Sim Racer. 38th was Chris Dixon for Workguard by Result Clothing. Tommy Battelle, 39th for RD Simsport 3. Matthew Downs, 40th for Blade Designs TART. Lots of Blade Designs cars here, look. Daniel Lewis, 41st for Blade Designs SRL. Tom Woodcock, 42nd for Blade Designs TART. Chris Barnes, 43rd for Blade Designs SRL.
I think they flop.
Yeah. Anthony Hilton, 44th for Mellow Motorsport. And Jason Kiley Haddington did not run, which is sad for us all because we like having Jason in our grids.
And he sent me a lovely Christmas message.
Did he?
Nice. Oh, he does. He sends me lovely messages. Jason's a very charming and lovely, sweet man.
Yeah, he is a really nice guy. What's Sam Boozin saying? New feature that allows drivers to... That's funny. I'm not going to show that though, Sam. That was funny though. Right, where am I? Oh dear, I'm going to be laughing about that for hours. Right, let's go and get... Who won the first race again? I can't even remember. Was it Miguel?
Was it Miguel
It
who
was
drove
Miguel.
away?
It was. Who ran away. Right.
Well, and to be honest, Simon did the same.
You did, yeah.
He saw the opportunity, didn't he? He saw the man behind, and he found himself at the front, and by God, he had his toe down straight away, didn't he?
He did. It was good. And in the booth, the first of tonight's victors is Miguel Freitas, victor from race 1. That's some pace you had in that Elantra, given everybody thought the Veloster was going to be the fastest car, Miguel.
Hello. Yeah, I'm surprised. I was expecting the Veloster to be the faster as well, but yeah, I turned up and I see we had the pace, so that was quite a good surprise.
Yeah,
I predicted it. I predicted it, Miguel.
He did.
Peter, remember?
Oh, thank you.
He called it. He had faith in you. And you were, well, you saw the back of the Porsche really for most of the first race.
Yeah.
That was a big crash though. Did you know anything about it before the yellow came out, or was it all history to you?
Yeah, I just heard Wobbly on chat saying "careful, crash, crash," and then Andreas was like, "Oh my God, I mean it." So and then right away the yellow flag. So yeah. I knew right away what was happening.
Watch the replay because it was just a wall of cars getting driven into by another wall of cars. It was sad. But you eventually got going again. You gapped the field pretty quick on the restart and controlled that restart really well, because on this track where the pace car disappears, if you go too soon and you overtake the pace car, you get penalised.
Yeah.
So you clearly knew everything that you needed to do, because you held back, you waited for it to go green, you ignored the pressure from the cars behind you, and then when you did go, you got that little nice gap that just kept opening up for you.
Yeah, when the safety car went in, I slowed down a bit, and people were hitting my back. So everyone was bunching up. But yeah, after that, it was just trying not to make a mistake, because if the car in front doesn't make mistakes, it's impossible to overtake pretty much if we have similar pace.
Yeah, and we saw that a lot. Yeah, and then race two's worked out really well. I was a bit worried for you at one point, because in the first, I don't know how many laps, maybe half the race, you'd only move forward one place, but then second half of the race you just munched up positions and finished in 4th, 11 places up from the start. Whatever tactic you used was brilliant.
Yeah, I was the first lap I fight a little bit for places, but then it was a mess in front of me, so I started fuel saving and trying to see if it was possible to go till the end. It wasn't, but still I saved enough to have a super short stop, and I gained a lot of places that way. And then after the stop, I just went full power, and it ended up working quite well, but couldn't go more to the front here. It was quite hard.
Yeah, I know. And Sam kind of gifted you a position, because I think he got a pit lane penalty. I think the iRacing gods smoked him down for speeding.
I saw a black flag on his name, so something happened.
Yeah, so that's a
yes, we were looking forward to a really thrilling end game there, but yes, we were robbed of it by poor old Sam. Never mind.
Absolutely. But brilliant
result.
You did
very well, though. You did very well. It was a busy old night for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the very stressful first race after the safety car, I mean, and then the second one I was just I couldn't do anything. If I put myself in the fight in front, I could have been taken out or something like that. So I was just saving fuel and waiting to see what would happen.
Cool. And we like to give you challenges in this league, so you've only got 3 days till the next race. On New Year's Day, we are at Thruxton. Will you be with us, or will you be nursing a hangover, or celebrating in some way in Portugal?
Day. Probably both.
Probably both. One hungover Miguel Freitas on New Year's Day racing at Thruxton.
Yeah, I'm planning to do the race, but I still haven't done any single lap around that track, so it will be a challenge.
I don't think he needs to win, though, do you, Alan? I think he's...
No. Well, it's not an hard track to learn.
It's not. I think you can exit stage left virtually everywhere on that track, but I think you'll enjoy it. But is there anybody you want to shout out to? You're not allowed to say Wobbly. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, you guys, I think this should be the last race of the year for doing the work, making the work happen for us to be here every week for a full year and many years.
Yeah.
And also everyone that showed up. I think today we had almost 40 or 50 drivers.
46.
And it was
46.
Yeah, and it's holidays and that all that stuff. So yeah, it's crazy to see that many people show up.
Yeah.
So that should be quite nice.
Yeah, well said. And we appreciate everything that you do in terms of being such a fantastic overtaker. You do overtake so smoothly, and they look so risky at times. But it's just majestic, isn't it, Alan?
It is. It is.
But,
it's
probably they are.
A lot of class in that little car, and that man. A lot of class, a lot of character, and a lot of great spirit. We love it.
Yeah, we
love to watch him race, and it's always a pleasure.
Well done tonight.
Thank you.
Miguel Freitas, everybody.
See ya.
Yeah, thank you, Miguel.
Cool. Right, next one up is going to be, if I can find him, that is. No, I don't want to put you there. I want to bring you into the live booth. Simon Trendle.
Trying to get all the interviews done so we can finish at 10 o'clock.
Yes, absolutely. 10 o'clock is the deadline.
It's not easy for him.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's Sunday night.
We like to talk to you.
The hell out of everyone.
Yeah. I get that. Definitely get that, Simon. I'm confused, mate.
So, Simon Trendle, race 2 Victor. You paced that one out quite nicely. Let's see what you did in the first race. Not so good. Did you get caught up in that palaver at the start of race 1?
No, I got past that, but then this palaver at this restart was just, I was 3 wide, and it was 3 wide behind me, and it was 3 wide in front of me, and I was in the middle of it all. Like, if it's like it's noughts and crosses, and I'm right in the middle of it, and it's like, no, this is terrible. So I got, I never lost any positions. I started 15th, and I was just constantly 15th through people in front of me falling over themselves, and then people behind me gaining positions in the melee that gets caused in front of me. So
in that first one, did you thread the needle through it then?
It happened on my left, and it just hadn't speared back across the track by the time I got there.
Okay, right, yeah. You're one of the lucky ones then.
Yeah, it started in front of me and then finished behind me.
Behind you.
Okay. And then,
yes, well, it did go on for quite a long time, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Yes.
Second race, you got a bit of a hole shot. You were on the front row to start. Made your way to the front eventually. Roger's good at keeping people behind him. And you overcame him eventually. We saw the overtake. It was quite nice, stylish. And then romped away to about a 5-second lead. Kept it out of the pit lane for quite a long time. Only Sam Blees went further, but he got punished by the iRacing gods.
Yes.
Yes.
Or for him.
Don't speed in the pit lane.
I mean, I got a great one. I was like 10 kilometers an hour over in the Clio yesterday doing a race, and I got away with that one. So.
Right. Okay.
There's a lot of leeway in it, so to get a speeding penalty, you really have to speed.
Yeah, I think he went onto the clutch or something on the way across the green cones, and I think that sent him over the speed limit. But that was just my observation of his pit lane entry. Otherwise, were you ever being pressured, really? Manuel was giving it some beans at the end, but I think he ended up running out of fuel, like literally in the last corner or so, because James Holman caught up with him. Sam removed himself from the equation, and Miguel, I think he tried to do a fueling strategy which kind of worked for him, kind of didn't, and he was 13 places back from you at the start. So
yeah, no, I got that break. There was enough cars behind me, and it's such a competitive field that they're just tripping over themselves behind me.
Yeah.
So by the time they get to the front of the pack, I've got a 5-6 second gap. And it's got 10, and I've got 12 laps to go, maybe. And I can manage that from there. And I was just trying to, for those first half of this race, I was just trying to be consistent enough, because okay, so if you make a mistake and you cost yourself 3 tenths, and that's 3 tenths you've got later on if you don't make that mistake. So
in the bank, isn't it? Yeah.
I was just trying to be consistent.
No, that's good.
And so I was watching behind me, and people were getting within 3 seconds, and they'd make a mistake, they drop back, they get back to 4 seconds, then they'd pit, and then I came back out the pits, and then Sam went through, and I thought, okay, well, Sam's going to have, underfueled a little bit, he'll be right behind me, he'll be like maybe 1 maybe 2 seconds behind me when he comes out the pits, and then I just drove straight past him in the pit lane. He sat there, and I was like, he's messed that up somewhere. So yeah, back to like a 4-second gap, and yeah, just managed it from there. So
no, it's very good, very good.
I mean, I was driving flat out because I had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we came in the car to see if you were looked like you were saving anything.
But no, it wasn't the
No,
case.
there was absolutely not. No, that was
unusual for me, isn't it?
It is.
No, you were going for it, mate. It was good to see.
Yeah, and we got Thruxton next. Well, on Wednesday, 3 days away.
Okay.
Yeah, so no slouching.
I still haven't done this as a combination, Thruxton at TCR. That's
okay.
bad.
Yeah, well.
Sorry, I've been driving.
You won't be alone in that, I don't think.
No.
I think that will be the case for a lot of people, Simon.
Yeah, Miguel being one of them, because he's just said he's not turned a lap on it yet. So I think it'll be a great level, like the new tracks usually are. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Yep, just to you guys for doing the broadcast and all in the league, and obviously taking time out of your week between Christmas and New Year's to do this for us to crash into each other. Apparently, that's what we were doing.
Demolition Derby, Wreckfest.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Well, thank you for giving us such great entertainment on this Sunday evening. And we will wish you the best for Thruxton on Wednesday. Simon Trendle.
See you Wednesday.
Well done, mate.
Right.
Yes, he pretty much exactly as it went. And he had to make the mistake, and he didn't make one.
No, absolutely right. He did a pretty flawless second race, if I'm being honest. Right, next up we will bring into the booth our current reigning champion, mid-conversation. I love it when I get mid-conversations. So good. Hola, amigo. Stephen Walker.
Hola.
Right, how are we doing today?
I'm good, thank you very much. How is everyone else?
Yeah, yes. we're surviving it very nicely, aren't we, Alan?
Yes, we saw some exciting racing.
We did.
Yes.
So this is your first race of this season. You weren't with us for the very first race week.
No, I was super poorly.
Oh, were you? Were you all flued up or COVIDed up or one of the two?
At this point, it could be anything. Like I'm still feeling it.
Oh, dear. You sound it actually.
Yeah, my biggest issue was I had a thing with my neck and my shoulder. I couldn't really. I didn't sleep properly for over a week. Like basically, whatever could be wrong with me almost was wrong with me.
Well, you've made it through the other side, and you've done so in pretty good order. You got a 5th in the first race, given all the melee that happened in that. I expect that was mostly in your rearview mirror. And
yes,
then,
luckily.
Yeah. Did you know much about it or not?
I just saw a car go across the front of Wobbly, and Wobbly's bumper fly off in the other direction, and so I had a little bit of a giggle.
Nice. Extra point for Stephen Walker. Nearly got your name wrong. And then second race, 6th place finish, which is really good given the amount of I rating which you were racing around with. You're carrying a good wedge yourself, like, but some of those cars that were around you were 6, 7, 1,000 I rated, and you just boss them all over the place, don't you?
I won't quite go that far, but yeah, it was good fun. We'll put it that way. I'm in the Veloster rather than the Honda, and I'm still trying to figure out you have to approach the braking really differently to what I was in the Honda.
Okay.
So I don't think that I'm as quick in. Well, to be honest, I'm not as quick in any other TCR than I am in the Honda. Like I'm much quicker in the Honda. So I'll take a 5th and a 6th in this field. Like, it's just insane the level of speed and some of the people that are here. So I didn't qualify amazingly. I got caught out on the restart. Otherwise, I might have been 4th.
Oh right, okay.
In that first race.
It all congested up behind Miguel, didn't it?
Yeah, I could have gone and got a really good run on everyone, but I couldn't remember if I'd get a penalty if I overtook anyone before the line, even though the lights had gone green. I can't remember the whole.
I think when you're green,
rules.
It's all good. I think when you're green,
yeah,
it's all good.
I thought it might be, but I didn't want to risk it and end up with a 40-second drive through or stop and go or something silly.
Yeah.
So, for the sake of a couple of positions. And then I think 2 people had an incident in the first corner and I basically got them back anyway. So,
all right,
and because Yeah, but I didn't know that until Sam told me. He was like, "Oh, there's 2 people crashed." I was like, "I didn't even notice." I think we were 3 wide or 2 wide. I think I was with Pete or James Holman, and so um, it was just trying not to take each other out again, and I don't want to obviously cause another safety car. So it was good racing from my perspective. I don't have a problem with anyone and how we were all racing, and then the pace at the front was pretty much the same. We're all going flat out, and I was pulling away from Pete and Sam behind me, but I wasn't really gaining on any of the cars in front unless they just missed the corner a little bit, and then it all equalised out because the pace was, like you say, with so many good drivers, the pace was the same. And I think Miguel and I want to say Daniel at the front.
And Daniel Mills.
Yeah.
Another league. Danny's been doing great in the IVRA. His pace is incredible. Like, he's quicker than me, especially when I'm not in my Honda. So and then the second race was just kind of stay out of trouble. I'm sure at one point I was 3 wide in the first couple of corners. It was a big melee, and I managed to stay out of trouble, and I was saving a lot of fuel, and then just the opportunity presented to overtake a few people, so I did. Because I didn't want to lose more time to the guys in front, and then I pitted, gained a couple of seconds on a few cars, gained I think 2 positions out of that, and then
nice.
Jay got a slow down. That's the only reason why I got past him, and then I had 2 laps to try and get past Pete, but he's a wily old fox, so I couldn't quite get that done. But overall, across both races, the racing that I had with people was really good fun, very respectful, lots of respectful racing, a little bit of bumping and barging, but nothing that I don't think's out of place. And especially it's my first race this season with about a bazillion people, so I'll take that. And it's a difficult track to overtake on, so it was always bound to have like aggressive at the start, because obviously you want to make them positions back, because unless someone gets a slowdown, you struggle to get past them. So next week I feel like it should be a little bit different.
Well, you've got 3 days actually, Stephen.
3 days.
Oh I forget about that. Yeah. It's between Christmas and I don't even know what day it is today.
We'll forgive you because you're feeling rough. But yeah, on Wednesday, New Year's Day, it is Thruxton. I know you like the British tracks, and I know you've been waiting for Thruxton, I think, haven't you?
I don't know. I've not really raced it on any game ever, apart from probably I must have done it on Toka Touring Cars 2 back in the 90s on the PlayStation. I've driven it a little bit in week 14 in a Ferrari GT3 car just to learn the track. So yeah, it seems okay.
It'll be a blast in these cars, I can tell you. I've driven Clios around it on R Factor 2, and it was great fun. Didn't do very well because it's me, but I still had fun. But anybody you want to shout out to before we let you start your practice for Thruxton?
Yeah, obviously you guys are putting on the show. I appreciate giving up a different day, a Sunday. That's forever grateful for you guys for putting that on. The rest of the league for showing up and putting on a good show for everyone. I know there's an incident or whatever when it caused a safety car, but it's a tight grid. I think next Wednesday it's a bit more wide open, so it should be a bit easier for 40 odd cars to
without a doubt,
to get around. So people have just got to just think sometimes, like, is this a good move to make? But yeah, Sam, he was a bit unlucky. He got a speeding pit entry when he pitted.
Yeah, we
were watching him closely as he went in.
Yeah, which cost him.
It was gutting. It was gutting.
Yeah,
definitely cost him at least a podium. So
that's a shame.
My brother for coming out, and it's just nice to see so many people.
Yeah, it's good to see T out there. No teams have snapped him up. What's going on?
Well, I don't know. I think he's open to offers. I think it depends what mood he's in, to be honest.
Fair enough. Well, we've only got 3 days till we see you again, and we're looking forward to it already. I hope you feel better very soon. You are our current reigning champion, and you've had multiple titles.
Won't be lasting long. Not this season. Not a chance.
I think there's quite a lot of high rating in this.
Yeah,
grid, so.
I'll be happy with a top 5 in a race and the championship.
He says this a lot, doesn't he, Alan? And then
he
wins overall because he's always in the top 5 and stuff like that.
I don't think anybody's scared of Stephen, but I don't think Stephen needs to be scared of anybody else.
No, me either. Absolutely.
There's such a load of quality. I've never seen such a pile of quality in a field for a TCR race as this. It's astonishing how much quality there is here. And,
yeah, it's very close. Very, very
it's
close.
fantastic. It makes for great racing, but hopefully it makes for really great, satisfying driving for people.
Yeah, I was just saying to the guys in the chat, like, it's, even if you're battling for 12th or 2nd or 22nd or 32nd or 42nd at the minute, like, as long as you're racing someone, that's the whole point of this. It's about the fun of racing respectfully with other human beings. That's literally the reason why we do it. So everyone should just relax and enjoy it.
Like,
you don't have to make up 55 places every race.
Just wobbly.
5 or 6 here. Yeah, basically. With a front bumper missing or not.
Yeah. No, absolutely well said. That's the right attitude for racing in BSTV leagues. Just enjoy yourselves. Well, we'll let you go and try and recover whilst we wait with eager anticipation and bated breath, ready for Wednesday. Stephen Walker, everybody.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
I don't think he said he was lucky the whole way through that, Alan.
There was no luck tonight.
There's no luck out there.
There'll be no luck
this
season at all.
See you later, Steve.
Cheers, guys.
I have to work for every single thing. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Exciting. This fantastic grid is just sensational.
It is. Right, next one we're going to bring in. I've just seen David Johansson's car doing a fantastic slide around a corner, and he absolutely controlled it. It was lush. Don't tell him I said that, though, because he's annoying when it comes to race results. So next up into the booth is a new boy, Alan. New boy.
Mr. Holman.
Yeah, Mr. Holman. Good evening. James Holman.
Good evening, chaps. How are you?
Oh, very good. Very good.
Happy to meet you, and very much enjoyed seeing you out there on the track. Certainly fine performance and great driving, mate.
Yeah, fine pair of performances. 4th in that first race. You qualified well. You brought the car home for RD Simsport in just outside the podium positions, right on the boot lid of David Johansson. Were you in that crash? The big crash at the start?
Yeah, I got a really good launch off the start there, and Alberto, I think it was, that was the row in front of me. He didn't get such a good start, and I was sort of about halfway alongside and wobbly squeezed, and I was like, I don't know where I can go. So unfortunately, it was one of them things where, so unfortunately I had nowhere to go, and I just had to.
Yeah, it was a.
I tried to back out, but it was too late. It was one of them things where I was hoping when he rubbed me the first time, I thought he would give me more room, but he just kept drifting across, and then the inevitable happened. So
first lap bunching. That's what that is. I thought that everybody get to the corners, but didn't even get that far. That was about 100 yards away from the start point.
Bad news when we can't drive in a straight line, isn't it?
It takes 3 to come together. But yeah, that was a messy one. But it looks like you got out the front of it, and it was all in your rear view mirror after that.
Unfortunately, Greg had a bit of an incident there on the restart with
yeah.
Manuel, I think it was, and then like I say, after that I was on the back of David, and he just didn't make a mistake. It was good driving. I tried to fake a couple of moves to see if he'd react, but he didn't. So no, fair play to him. Good drive, and I was happy with 4th coming from 9th. So,
it's a fine drive by you. And you're in there. This is a deep pond. There's a lot of very fine drivers out there, and you've got to find your way and find your feet. And I enjoyed the racing as much as we enjoyed watching you.
I was a fantastic. The second race I really, really enjoyed. I made a small mistake on the second race. I left the fuel in from the sprint race, so I knew I was in for a slightly longer pit stop, but which probably cost me a shot at the win, because I was going really well. I was a little bit quicker than Sam, but I just couldn't find a way past, even though I tried to get squeezed by. But I had really good fun overtaking lots of cars there in the second race, and yeah, it was a real blast. And then I knew I was in probably net fourth, and then obviously Sam had his issue in the pit, so that promoted me to the podium. So
freebie.
I take a podium in this field, so it's good field.
Yeah, so third in the second race, already a podium. Great start to your season 19 campaign, and flying the RD Simsport flag quite high. Before we started, where were you? You were in. Where were you?
Had an awful road with America. I missed qualifying last week, so I went from 46th to 17th in the race one, and then the sort of the fuel strategy kind of caught me out in the second race. So I was I think I was like P5 of the one stoppers, if you like, and then there was a few guys that no stops.
That's right, yeah. Well, you're currently 12th. I reckon Road America will probably go down as your drop week then. Or one of them.
I hope so.
Yeah. So everything forward, and when we get to the halfway point in the season, we will switch to points with the drop scores. So we're a long way away from that just yet, and we've got Thruxton in 3 days' time. You've only got 3 days to get good at it. It won't take you long. I've just looked at your I rating. Alan, are you still seated?
I am. Yes.
Have you got a whiskey?
Yes.
His I rating is 6,653.
Ouch.
Ouchie. Yeah.
Well, I've got a 6 in my I rating.
I think I have as well. It's not in the same places that James has his though. That's funny, isn't it?
Mine's right at the front.
Yeah.
600.
Yeah. Oh dear, funny stuff. No, but you've obviously carried a lot of talent in these cars forward with you. Is this a car you normally drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty experienced in the touring car. We did we competed in RD Simsport, competed in Neo last year, and we in the endurance series, and we came third overall in that. So some excellent competition in that. And I was a third or fourth. I might be doing us out of a place of a favour. Anyway, it was third or fourth. I enjoyed driving these cars. At least in front wheel drive, I seem to in the sim I seem to get on better with than rear wheel drive, strangely enough. But
no, that's cool.
So did the Clio in the BTC event there at the weekend. That was good fun.
No, excellent.
With team boss Rob, so we had a good result in that. And it's been. I like these cars, and they're good fun to drive. Sometimes they can get a bit physical, but that's good fun as well.
It's TCRs though, isn't it? Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, I'd like to thank our team sponsor, Welch Media. They're doing all our media for this season, following our progress. And Andy, the owner of Welch Media, was watching there tonight. So shout out to him. We're also supporting Alfie's Wish this season. So I think you can donate through some links. I don't know whereabouts, but anyway, you can donate to Alfie's Wish through something in the team there. And there's also FRC. One of our drivers who's not here tonight, Martin, he's brought a sponsor on board there for us this season. So a shout out to them as well, and a big shout out to Chris Young as well in Pro Am. He got a bit of a personal drama, a loss in the family there. But he did a great job. He won Pro Am, I believe, in race one.
He did, yeah.
Big shout out to him. It's great to see him under these circumstances.
Yeah, well said. Yes. Shame that
these things always come at time of year, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
Sad, but
yeah.
Sorry to end that on a.
No. It's right that we share this stuff.
Absolutely.
It is.
That's how we cope.
Yeah, well done for him turning up and racing and doing so well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Good shout outs. In that case, we'll let you go and practice for Thruxton because you've only got 3 days. James Holman, everybody.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, James. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care.
Cool. Right. Next up.
Mr. Janssen, is it going to be?
It is.
Your fake, because I want to hear what he's got to say about your scoring.
I know. I haven't done the scores yet, so don't
complain
to me.
You haven't done them yet, could you?
No, I know.
Pete,
yeah?
I got a question for you.
Go on.
Are the results done yet?
And that's the end of that interview. So, welcome to the booth, David Johansson.
Thank you.
So,
great to be here.
Yeah, you and this track get on very, very well. In that first race, you brought home a podium. You were chased to the line by James Holman, who we were just speaking to. You were not that far, really, behind Daniel Mills. That gap kind of seesawed, and Miguel and Daniel eventually extended it out, but you were quite close for quite a while. I saw you doing a wonderful drift through a corner. I thought you were going to lose it at the end of the drift, but you controlled it perfectly well in that second race. And then you brought it back in 8th place in the second race, given everything that was going on. Where were you in that massive crash in race 1?
Ahead of it.
Ahead of it, right? Okay, so you got away with that one.
I saw it in the rearview mirror. I was like, "Oh shit, that's not good."
Yeah, it's going south quick, isn't it? We nearly ended up with another track blockage later on.
Yeah, in the restart.
Yeah, but that would have meant a full race under yellow, so that wasn't happening. It's supposed to be a simulation, so we try and keep it as real as possible, but we also want to see some racing, so we let the second one go. But yes, in the second race, you kept it nice and calm. You picked off a few people at the start. There was a lot of door banging throughout, as you'd expect on a track as tight and technical as this. How did you go with that?
Really, yeah, it's my go-to car. I feel most comfortable in it. I'm the quickest in it. So I've tried the others, but I always come back to the Elantra.
Good man, you see. Manifestation requirement.
Yeah.
My precious.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a difficult track to pass on. So did my best in the start. I got like the first couple of laps. I was just being patient, just riding along, just saving fuel and tires, because there was no real point of trying to make a move because everyone was so tied up and it's just difficult. So just then after a bit, it started to spread out a bit, and I started to do some passes, and then I got up to Roger, and he was really defensive. He's been watching my moves behind him earlier, I think. So he was blocking or like defending on the places where I've been overtaking before. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good.
He likes to defend, Roger. Of course, he's got real-world racing experience, and he's a fair old defender, but
yeah, eventually I got him.
Passer, aren't you? You're a good passer, so yeah.
Got him eventually.
Yeah.
So we've got Thruxton in just 3 days. 3 days to learn that one, unless you've been racing it already.
Yeah, I've been racing there. I joined Jay Colley's race he had when it just came out, and I did pretty okay there. The field wasn't that strong. There were some quick guys, but I think I won the second race. I think they had the same setup as these races. 2 races, one with the pit stop.
Right.
Well done.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to go there as an already winning driver at the circuit. That's a nice boost to your confidence. That's
Isn't
for
it
sure.
just? Yeah, definitely.
So we'll see how it goes.
Where are you in the standings at the minute? Let's have a
we don't have to look at that.
Oh, I think we do. Right.
First race was terrible.
I'm looking down the list. I'm still looking down the list.
Yeah, keep going.
15th in the pros. Road America
Road
was not
America
kind,
is
was
one
it?
to forgive. I was trying to get draft in qualifying, but they just messed up ahead of me, so I never got a good lap in. Started 12th, spun tires in the start because I haven't done starts for months.
Yeah.
So I screwed that up.
Most of them are rolling starts.
And then I got rear-ended into turn 1, and that was last. So
yeah, we saw that. You stayed off the track purposefully to avoid everybody, which is good.
My car was
kind of ruined
toast, so I just told.
Yeah.
Well, you've done your championship hopes no harm at all this week, because that is a brilliant pair of results, a 3rd and an 8th.
Happy with that. In this field, it's crazy.
It's madness
competitive this season. I was like, when I was looking at the starting field, and I was like, should I join or not? This is like crazy. I'm like, fuck it, let's go.
And that's the right attitude to have. Absolutely the right attitude to have. So well done.
And we would miss you if you weren't here, David.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'd love to see your car in the fields.
Yeah. I'd have a much more peaceful life if he wasn't, but he is, so, you know, that's the, you know.
I feel a bit lonely on the track, though. I mean, I don't have a teammate this time around. I asked Logan to
What about
race,
Tony?
but
Tony hasn't got a teammate.
Yeah,
I actually sent him a message just before I got on here, so let's see.
So, well, let's see.
Yeah, we'll see what he says.
In that case, we will let you do your shout-outs. Anybody you want to shout out to?
Well, you two guys just putting this show on, and everybody on the field. It's good racing up there in the front. Unlucky for the shit that happens further back, but they just maybe need to chill a little bit and just be more aware of what's going on. So
yeah, well said, well said. It's all about being chilled and calm behind these wheels, isn't it?
I mean, if it's 45 car grid and it's gonna be crowded in the middle.
Yeah, it really is. But you handled it very well. So we look forward to Wednesday and seeing you on that track at Thruxton. David Johansson, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Well done, David.
I still haven't done the results. There we go. He's gone. Right. Have we got a few seconds to do either Chris?
Bring them both in.
Bring them both in.
Bring
Right.
both in.
So here we have.
Give them a couple of minutes. I want to hear what they say. I want to hear what they say.
Andy Littler in the booth. He's not in a cabin tonight, folks. He's not in a cabin. Just repeat that. And Chris Dixon. Good evening to you both.
Good evening.
So. Two work guard racers, no fee at the minute, who's in recovery. So yeah, you got a lot of footage tonight, Andy. I have to say. Is he there? Are you muted? What's he done? We'll talk to you, Chris. You also got a good amount of footage tonight. You joined very late in the session.
Yeah, I was lucky to get back. The kids were in Panto.
And Panto, was it? Oh my word, were they good? Was it exciting?
Yeah, it was the last one. Sort of
it's nothing like the school Panto. I miss it, Chris. I miss going to the school Pantos and things. You know?
It wasn't the school one. It was like the town hall.
Oh my word, a posh one.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, I miss all that. I miss having the kids. I miss having the little kids take through these things. You know.
Yeah, was that in Hartlepool?
Okay.
Yes, town hall.
All right, cool. Okay, the first race. Where did you finish in the first race?
I did okay. I just stayed out of trouble.
No, I think you did pretty good actually, didn't you?
It was all right.
Just move my screen now. I don't know where the hell I am. Feature race, not 9. What? Give me a minute. There you are. 31st overall and 3rd in class. So Silas topped your chart. Hilton was 2nd, and you got a podium. 3rd place.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Do that.
And just 0.3 of a second is that ahead of Andy Littler. He ran you to the line, didn't he?
He did. Yeah, he had damage. I think Silas clipped us. I let David pass because he was much quicker.
Oh yeah.
And JB and Silas were about 2 seconds behind, and they eventually caught me. And JB got past Silas, and JB got up me inside in turn 1, and Silas tried to follow him, but I'd already closed the door, and he just clipped me rear end. It was nothing in it. It was just coming together, and it caused a bit of damage. So they got away from me, and then sort of tried to follow them, and Andy caught me up, just going across the line. So yeah, it was good.
Where were you in the melee of that first race? Were you right in it?
I was, but I stopped on the right hand side.
Yeah.
And then followed Chris Barnes.
Oh yeah.
He backed off, and I think his teammate drove into the side of him, and he backed off, and I got past him before the yellow flag was thrown.
Right.
And then he followed me for a bit, obviously through the caution, but I ended up. I think it was up to about 26th or something like that. It was like right up because I got through it all, and then on the restart I saw it happen, so I just threw it off to the left and took the 1X and went way wide round everyone.
Right, yeah. No, it's a good call. Good call.
I thought I'm not getting caught in it.
No way. Second race.
Here.
Oh, hello. Andy Littler's here,
There
everybody.
you are. There you are.
Not in a cabin. I'm going to make the joke again because nobody benefited from it. Evening.
Evening. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Greatness to everyone.
Yeah. Chris was just saying how he absolutely mullered you in the first race.
Oh yeah.
I do like to wind these your work guard colleagues up, Alan. I really do. It's easily done.
Sure as well.
It's
Where
about
They
the
can
team
take
with
it.
us.
They can take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Andy wants us to talk about the second race because he beat you, Chris, by 3 positions, and by a lap, I think, something like that. Anyway, so 35th for you, Andy. And were you on the podium? Where is Silas? There. So Silas got that.
Yes. Did you enjoy racing with Silas? You had there was plenty of activity down your end of the bloody grid tonight, wasn't there?
There really was.
Yeah.
You were on screen a lot, Andy.
Lap with Mr. Hurley at the end.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah,
yeah.
we saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
No,
good.
no, because Pete said that. You were we had quite a lot of shots you tonight, Andy. You had a bit of camera time, mate.
I'll watch it back.
Yeah, good.
As I usually do anyway. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good approach from both of you tonight in terms of knowing which cars to let go at safe places on the track and stuff like that. There's a few probably in here at the minute who've yet to learn that, shall we say?
Yeah, the first race was a bit interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, depending on where you were. We were in a nice comfy seat watching it all with popcorn and whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd like to ask a question of you on the rules. Is Wobbly actually allowed to run all the way down the grass on the start-finish straight to overtake everybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's perfectly allowed. He'll take his 1Xs if he wishes. That's just how iRacing goes. We use iRacing rules. iRacing says it's good. It's good.
Yeah,
I wouldn't recommend it because the grass is slower than the track
slippy.
for the first time in years, and very slippy. Yeah. But yes, he can.
Normally,
do
people
that if he
don't use
wishes.
the grass as an advantageous surface, do they?
Yeah, I suppose the question is why would he think it was an advantage? He's a strange creature.
Yeah, he got a great start.
Yeah.
And then just come from behind me, went onto the grass, and I was like, oh shit, it's going to be an accident.
That sounds very interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and find.
He made about
Wobbly's
30
start.
places in the second race, Andy.
Where is he?
He overtook about 30 cars. Can you imagine what it's like
yeah.
to overtake 30 cars? Can you bloody hell?
Should we have a watch of this? Let's just watch it, guys. Oh, the car to his left jumped the start. So here he goes. He's away, and then he's catching up with Andreas. Goes left. Finds you, goes slow. takes to the grass, gets 3 more overtakes, pulls back on, makes the track a little bit wider than it should be. Would have probably got some sort of warning for exceeding track limits and a 1X. And then round the outside and away he goes. So I think that's what you call opportunistic. It's hilarious to watch. He's probably still laughing about it now if I know him. He is probably giggling like an idiot that he's actually managed to pull that off. I mean, you got to see the funny side of that, right? That's just hilarious. Oh my God.
You probably would, unless you were the guy that was on the inside.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, crap.
By.
Yeah. I've blocked the track. It's fine. I did not think to block the grass. Right. Okay. Well, you two have got only 3 days to learn Thruxton if you don't know it already. We're racing on New Year's Day.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Great track, but I haven't really been on it yet. I have been on it once, just as a little practice. But I need.
Presumably, there'll be a practice session up.
Yeah, I'm sure
tomorrow or
someone will.
Yeah, there will be a practice.
I've done quite a few laps in SRL on there recently, so.
There you go.
Look at that, Chris.
Easy.
You must be a tougher overtake than Andrew because Wobbly's overtaking you on tarmac. Anyway, anybody you want to shout out to? Chris, you go first.
Yeah, obviously yourselves for putting it on and all the drivers again. It was pretty clean, other than a few incidents, I suppose. But and everyone for watching, and our teammate who's absent at the minute, Prix. Yeah, get well soon and get back for next season if that's possible. But don't rush it.
No, definitely don't rush that. I want to say this. Anybody wants to know where Chris is? He's behind you. That's a Panto reference there for anybody who doesn't know. Anyway, and Andy.
Yeah, just echo what Chris said with you guys with the screen, the showing of it and everything. Obviously, giving up your valuable Merry Christmas time to do this. All my teammates at Result, everybody out there, just Happy Christmas and a good New Year. And
Awesome.
yeah, thanks very much.
No, thank you very much for entertaining Night's Racing.
Yeah.
Chris Dixon, first of all.
Thank you very much, and see you next year.
Oh yeah, it will be next year. Yeah. And second up, Andy Littler. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Night, everybody.
Night, sweetie.
Right, we are a bit over time, but I think that was worthwhile. It's only 8 minutes. We've got.
It's the season of goodwill and good cheer.
It is.
So we can give them an extra 8 minutes.
Absolutely right. So where do we go with our votes, Alan? I'm not.
I've already told you because I think overtaking 30 cars on this track tonight is sensational drive by Wobbly, and also I'm very pleased to see him back on the track with us.
He wasn't on the track though, was he? He was on the grass.
I was glad to see him on the grass, on the track, on the gravel.
Yeah.
And I was glad to see him. Actually, he must have had to work hard, and I bet it was a lot of fun for him.
Yeah.
And, yeah, welcome back, Wobbly, and you're my man of the match tonight.
Right. Well, obviously, I was thinking that he was one of the contenders, but definitely don't tell him that. So that's Wobbly with a vote for driver of the meeting. Mine is going to be either James Holman, because he got a podium finish. That it cannot go unrewarded.
Especially in the first race night, I think is a worthy of special mention as well. Merit.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, or I'm going to go for Manuel Saralegui, who he was just so fast. He does have a massive I rating though, so he's got the skills. So I think, given on, again, he's only got 300 more than James Holman.
It's a tough one.
That is a tough one because they're both fairly, new to this.
Can't we give them half a point each?
No, I'm afraid it doesn't work that way. We could give a Santa Claus vote, couldn't we?
Well, I mean, I was thinking, if you give them one of them a vote, and we give half a point each to the other chap, they've both got a point each, haven't they?
Yeah, that'll confuse.
I can give one and a half votes out, can't I?
Yeah, well, all right then. In the
And
season
you can
of
give
goodwill,
1.5 votes. It's the season of goodwill.
It is, yeah. So, one whole point to James Holman and 2 half points to Manuel Saralegui. And a Merry Christmas to everyone. Thanks to everybody that's taken part tonight, all 46 of you. I wish I knew what happened to Jason, and I hope he comes back on Wednesday just. And thanks to you, Alan, for joining me in the booth as ever. I give you a good excuse to drink lots of whiskey. It's always good. And all the viewers, everybody who participated on the chat, because there was lots of you on the chat. There's still 11 people watching of the masses that were watching earlier.
That's amazing.
I never tell Alan how many, just in case.
It's such no, don't, because it unnerves me.
Ah, yes.
Isn't that wonderful? It's a wonderful compliment that people staying here to listen to you waffling on.
I know, talking nonsense for even longer. But yes, and we will see you on Wednesday, folks, for another one of these. Hopefully with the same or more cars at Thruxton, a new track to the iRacing service. I'm already looking forward to it. So I will see you then. I'll hand over to Alan.
Yeah, well, what a night we've had. This season's kicked off like something else, hasn't it? Goodness me, if it goes on like this, I don't know what's going to happen. And nobody else does either, but we've seen some fine racing, a bit of adventure, and we're going to more to come in only 3 days. So I'm keeping my fingers and crossing my fingers and holding my breath with anticipation already. Very good night to you all. And since I can't hear the sound, I'm going to make the noise for big chord, vroom.